Welcome to LoganRobo's channel, broadcasting live on twitch.tv/LoganRobo and youtube.com/LoganRobo. Tonight's game is Metaphor ReFantazio. This evening, we're facing quite possibly our most important event in this game, a bonfire date with Gallica. And then after that, we're probably going to Altabury to face Count Luis or something like that, but most importantly, a bonfire date with Gallica. Thanks for tuning in to twitch.tv/LoganRobo and youtube.com/LoganRobo. Please enjoy the stream. And we are live! How is everybody doing? I see Weedle was here first over. Oh, wait, huh?
Remember, Logan is a paid professional, just not in any of the subjects he speaks about on stream.
Okay, that is fair. That is, well, no, I speak about the subjects I get paid in, but thank you very much, Ruka, for the 10 bits and for the potential insinuations. Weedle was here first in the Twitch chat with a boo. Also, I gotta point out, right as we're going live, I noticed over on YouTube a comment from Noobly saying, hello, hi Noobly. This is the person I think a few streams ago, I kind of got really caught up in the game and I didn't check the YouTube chat for a while, and then I looked over and there was someone, I think it was Noobly, go, that's loud. It's so loud in my ears. And then I looked over and I think Noobly was the person who was like, hi, oh, when does he check the chat? Well, I gotta go by, and I felt so bad. So Noobly, hi, I hope you're still here, hello. I got to your comments eventually. I don't know if you ever checked the VOD, but it's so good to see you here. I'm glad you came back. I was worried that I had offended you. Wendy says, hi gang. Quite literally had one of the worst days of my life. Been crying almost nonstop all day. Feeling a bit more stable now. So I'm gonna lurk to help keep my mind off of stuff. I'm sorry, Wendy. I mean, thank you for the lurk. I hope that maybe our nonsense might help take your mind off things. Because you're awesome, Wendy. You deserve good days. I'm sorry that you had a bad one today, but thank you for being here. And if there's anything we can do, let us know. And again, hopefully we can maybe cheer you up a little bit. Kim says, streamly check-in, have a fun stream, y'all. Remember to stay hydrated. I'll do that right now. Thank you very much, Kim. Oh, I got a new water to open. There we go. There we go. Thank you very much, Kim. Wendy says, oh my gosh, bonfire date. I know, right? Huh?
Bonfire date shall heal all wounds. If only Lady Anne would go on a bonfire date with me. Weary face emoji.
Sadly, Lady Anne isn't in this game. I do feel like if the characters in this game had persona, I keep wanting to say arcana, even though I think the game pronounces it arcana. I feel like Yufa would be the lovers, huh?
Sorry, I am an absent mod. I am going to bed. Maybe someday I will figure out my health/sleep schedule.
Well, it's no worries, Rukov. I mean, you have to be up really early for work, and so I feel like going to sleep early is not only very understandable, but probably a healthy and wise choice on your part, so it's totally understandable. Get some sleep. Thank you so much for the 10 bits. Thank you for being here. Maybe Crystal and Vera will pop in. Maybe it'll be the Purge. I'm not sure. But thank you very much, Rukov, for those 10 bits, and thank you, Wendy, for the 10 bits. As I said, because Wendy, have you played this game? Have you met Yufa? Have you been here? Yeah, I think you met Yufa, right? Noobly says, it was me. I felt ignored. I'm so sorry. I'm bad at, because like YouTube that day went so long without comments. I'm like, okay, nobody's on YouTube. And then crap, I missed it. Says, anyways, this game is peak. Go on a date with Stroll. Well, what I'm thinking we might do, if we have time, for those who were here for our Persona 3 Reload playthrough, if you remember when we did that festival, we then reloaded and checked out other people. So when we get to another save point, we might go back and check out what the cutscene would be with the other characters. I don't know how long it's going to be or how long it'll be after that before we get to a save point. I'm hoping it'll be different and not just like, there's the character there. If it is, well, we'll see. We'll see as we go. But if we do that, Noobly, you may get your wish. You might be able to see a Stroll bonfire date as well. Chaotic says, hey, Logan, how you doing, Chaotic? Chaz the Bunny says, back again. Been a bit. It's been a little bit. Not as long as, like, some people when they disappear, but good to see you, Chaz the Bunny. When he says they should just put on in, like, every Persona game, even if she isn't a primary character. She's just so good. Well, and this one isn't technically a Persona game, but, I mean, Stroll, it basically looks like P4 Pro Tag. Yu Narukami? I always forget his name, you guys told me. But anyway, let's load up the game here. Because, yeah, so we saved, and then it was looking like we're heading to this bonfire. It's a big celebration before we leave Virga Island. And the game hinted that we'd get to pick somebody, because it was like, oh, Pro Tag, who are you going to take? And then everybody was kind of demurring. With that decided, we all helped the villagers prepare for the festival, and once the effigy of the dragon god was complete, the sun was already down. Here's the thing, effigies, aren't they meant for burning? If you worship a god, is it sacrilege to burn the effigy? Because, like, I feel like you don't burn effigies of things you like. I know in England on Guy Fawkes Day, they burned an effigy of Guy Fawkes, but that's because he was a terrorist who tried to blow up Parliament. So I don't know the ins and outs of effigies, of burning, of terrorism, of festivals. But that is a cool effigy of the dragon. Like, whoever made that is very...
expect them to throw such a party before our departure.
Very skilled with paper mache.
Our first night here in a cell.
I hear 'tis a festival in the dragon god's name, meant to ensure a safe sea voyage. In place of a lighthouse, their fire is kept burning until the morning.
Although I guess since dragons, like, breathe fire, maybe, like, burning it isn't such a bad thing to dragons? I don't know dragon culture very well. I've never been a dragon, and I've never, like, been close friends with a dragon. I've nothing against dragons. I'm not...
I say, these locals are barely well informed. They're up to their gills in practical and theoretical magna theory. Not as focused on the mechanicals as us mainlanders, but the land's far from barbaric.
Queen Katie!
It could rather improve the runner's design, you know?
Queen Katie, thank you so much for the raid! I don't think we have any mods here right now, so I will click out of the game for a second to do a quick shout out for Queen... Oh, I typed it wrong. 2 E's in Queen Katie. For Queen Katie, how was the rest of your stream? I was like popping in and out and collecting my points, making sure to save up so I can eventually do some expensive point redeems on your channel. How was the rest of it?
Take your time. Well done, Arthur. The scales of victory are beginning to tip in our favor. But my mind is now completely blank, just like the player.
Well, thank you very much for the raid. Again, I did see, I think one of the times I checked in over there, because I was like eating a lot of it, so I was really typing stuff. I was lurking. I think I saw Nora made a clip. Was there some fun clippable moments that I missed out over there? But thank you so much for the raid, Queen Katie. Oh, I forgot to ask, how is everybody? It's the start of a new week, and you guys should be proud of me, because I finally remembered to update the schedule command. When he said, I haven't played Metaphor, I just felt bad for missing both the AAI2 and the other stream, so I made the sacrifice to spoil myself on Metaphor. Honestly, I've been so in and out, I only vaguely remember what goes on in this game. Well, I won't, we did have some like big story spoilers in this last dungeon, so I won't mention what those things are. All you gotta know is we finished a dungeon, and we got a date. We haven't like clicked and chosen. I hope Gallica isn't like not an option because she's not like an active party member. She's like the navigator character. All I want from this game, the only thing I want is just a romantic date with Gallica, and then I'll be happy. Well, I won't really be happy, but I'll trick myself into thinking I'm happy. Rast says, up, it's been a while. How you doing, Rast? Chaotic says, I'm playing even more Stardew Valley. I spent all my 5,000 gold on seeds. I have 316 gold to my name. It must be a lot of seeds, because I don't think seeds are that expensive. Noobly over on YouTube says, funny, had Atlas put out 2 games with blue-haired protagonists in the same hair. Also, thoughts on the political commentary in this game? Well, I won't go into like politics in general, because like I, as a rule, never discuss politics on the channel. I do find it interesting though that like everybody's racist. In fact, the only person I think that's not racist other than Protag in this is possibly Count Luis, the bad guy. So I don't know what kind of message that's sending, but yeah. So other than that, I won't delve into like politics, because then you can like come up with real world parallels, and then people like argue over politics and stuff like that. But if anybody has their own political views on here beyond the basic, hey, racism is bad, you're welcome to those beliefs. There's where the raid happened. Nora said, Logan Tino and your tip. And then said, watch out, the queen of raids and her bats are flying into your kingdom, enjoy the raid. Oh, said LoganRobo isn't even real. Have we talked about this? Am I real? I feel like I'm real. I think so. Can you pinch your own cheek like that if you're not real? Let's see. There's Queen Katie and Oak with the raid messages. And when he says Katie, and Oak says, hey, Longa, how you doing, Oak? How is everybody? Okay, let's play a little bit. Let's try and see if we can get to this date. You guys are just in time. We're going to have a romantic date with Gallica. I am going to ask her to marry me. She is going to reject me, and I will be a crushed shell of the man I used to be. And it'll be delightful fun for the whole family. So what was Nora saying? Not as focused on the mechanicals as us mainlanders, but the land's far from barbaric. Their insights could rather improve the rudder's design, you know. I still think that at some point we started with land, we expanded to sea. I think at some point we're gonna be able to fly through the air. I don't know how that'll be that much better than the fast travel we have, unless there's like some mountain range we need to go get over that we can't on foot.
Speaking of, I finished with the Lance replica.
Hey! Now we have something we can use to trick our new best friends, yeah.
We're finally ready.
Oh, speaking of whom? Hi.
Dana.
We're gonna trick you guys.
All better. And we've got some choice souvenirs to bring back to Lord Luis.
Hi, dog bros. I'm glad both of you are alive right now. I'm still very worried about Fidelio.
We're not out of the woods yet. Don't be too quick to celebrate.
Hey, come on, lads!
Batlin!
It's a party! We've all had a little fun.
And you? What's a sanctist fat cat like you doing getting all giddy over a pagan festival?
I don't know. Batlin seems like the type of guy who likes him. Oh, is Batlin gonna be an option? Do you think we'd be able to ask Batlin on a bonfire date?
I have to laugh, don't I? You know, I thought the Crier's life had made me pretty knowledgeable about our world, but turns out most of what I knew was lies.
Look at that. I'd assumed that the final slot in our follower bonds is going to be for one of the dogs, but maybe it'll be a Batlin. No, because I do think one of the dogs is going to join us as a party member. So but Batlin, he maybe will do something important.
Makes me think. Maybe this is how my old father felt.
Crier a family trade, eh? Imagine that.
The Crown Theocracy does love their hereditary titles.
I love how that they all came up to us to say hi to us, and now they're just talking amongst themselves in front of us. I feel like when this happens in real life, I don't know what to do.
Yeah, my old man was a serious fella. More than me, that's for sure. He called out corruption where he saw it. Made him a pariah. But there you go. Yeah, I remember he once flat out suggested igniters were more dangerous than the Crown Theocracy was letting on.
Well, I mean, just as a general rule, I feel like anything with the word ignite in the title does have some amount of danger accompanying it.
And there was that riot in the slums, of course, the one started by that Parapus. The church dismissed it as paupers revolting over their conditions. But my old man, well, he said it wasn't a riot at all. Outright accused the Crown Theocracy of turning an innocent Parapus feral through horrific magic experiments.
Batlin, I have really been trying to set a romantic mood for a date with my pocket fairy, and you are kind of being a buzzkill here, bro.
What?
Who knows what really happened there? Either way, nobody took my father seriously. He was condemned as a liar. And he died young.
So I wonder what that means. They said he turned a Paripus feral? I wonder how many of the monsters are just like people who were experimented on or something like that. I should read some more of the chat because I'm already getting behind, I'm sure. See, Nora says, Wendy. Nora says, Wendy, I'm seeing Miku movie opening night Thursday. Quickita said, I had a great time. I drank ... so much ... water today. Do you have a cooldown on your hydrate? Because I've been building up points, and if I wanted to, I could just spam the crap out of that hydrate at this point. What he said to Nora, nice, I'm seeing it on Friday, so no spoilers. Nora said, don't worry, I won't. When he says, W Riz. Queen Katie says, hi, Ismay with little heart. Oh, Newbly just followed on Twitch. Thank you. Thank you so much. Oh crap, Noobly, I forgot to, since you are a new friend, I forgot to give you the rundown of the channel, because I don't know if you caught it last time, if I said it at any point while you were watching from YouTube. I should give you our schedule. We stream Tuesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, and Sundays, currently alternating between this, Metaphor ReFantazio, and Ace Attorney Investigations 2 Prosecutor's Gambit. However, as I posted on Discord and have updated the schedule command for this week, this Friday is canceled. I have a work-related commitment. And however, Sunday is Easter, but that's like a morning time holiday, so we'll probably stream on Sunday. If I change my mind on that, I'll post on Discord. And as you probably noticed, I do read every comment in chat. I just sometimes get very far behind. Oh, pin message from Vero! It stopped me from TTSing? Ignite these nuts! Wait, is TTS girl down? Hang on. Are my commands down? Let me check out Streamlabs real quick. I'm sorry, Vero, how are you doing? I'm checking Cloudbot. Cloudbot is on. Let me test out one to see if it works. Okay, yeah, Streamlabs is working. So I'm not sure why I stopped you from TTSing. I'm sorry, Vero, but how are you doing? And over on YouTube, Noobly says, anyways, oh, made a Twitch account. Can I have the link? Oh, I'm sorry. You found it. Clearly, you found it. Said, also, this game is incredibly political, so have fun trying to be apolitical. Well, it's like, I feel like its political stuff is more, maybe I'm mistaken, is like broad stroke stuff. Like, they haven't done direct parallels to real life stuff. And so I would like to then just remind everybody, though, if it ever gets to that point, that we do have the rule, no discussing of politics in the chat or on Discord. So if you got opinions on these things, that's great that you have opinions on them, but, you know, this just isn't the place for it. So we'll see, Noobly. I have faith, though. Pin message, pinned by Vero, written by Oak, says, I assume it stopped Vero because, oh, it says D's nuts. Crap, is TTS girl not allowed to say D's nuts? That's disappointing, because you guys are able to trick TTS girl into saying all sorts of horrific stuff. But again, thank you so much for the follow on Twitch here, Noobly. Let's see, Nora says, on that note, I'll probably be late for stream on Thursday because my movie is at 6:30 and stream starts at 8:30 for me, so I don't know, huh?
Chicken jockey, chicken jockey, chicken jockey, chicken jockey, chicken jockey. Boo.
Ah!
Boo.
Ah! Thank you, Chaotic, for the 92 bits. I don't know if you realize that's a lot more than you needed to do, but thank you. Thank you so much for the 92 bits. I don't know why that number, but the extra generosity is greatly appreciated. That reminds me, did you guys see, I saw somebody posted a video online, because all these theaters have been putting up like signs and little things on the screen telling people, it's like, for the Minecraft movie, please do not throw popcorn or sodas during the chicken jockey thing and stuff like that. Apparently, somebody posted a video, this must have been like in California or something like that, where like the intercom came over and there's a voice saying, you know, please, you know, don't throw popcorn. We know that you guys love the movie and you're excited and you want some chicken jockey. And as it's happening, the person on the microphone enters the theater and it's Jack Black. And he's just in there and starts like, and the people are losing their minds. And he runs around like high-fiving everybody. He's got like a Minecraft pickaxe with him. Like, dude, to have that happen, that'd be amazing. Okay, let's play a little bit. Oh yeah, I was reading Nora's comment. Nora, that's okay. I mean, obviously, if you're at a movie theater, don't pull out your phone and check the chat. But hopefully we'll see you on Thursday when you get back from the movie. And I hope you enjoy the Miku movie, which I just learned the lore about last stream. And so I'm like, oh, apparently we all have a Miku inside of us. I did not know that. I feel bad for the one inside of me. Let's play some more of the game here.
Just the way it is, I suppose. People will always prefer their own feelings to the truth. Happiness is a luxury hard to come by otherwise.
Fidelio's like, protagonist is right. He's a real buzzkill all of a sudden.
Hard to care about the world after that. I was a poor excuse for a crier, if you ask me. Yet, here I am.
Well, I mean, you're not a bad crier. You've just gone to a different kind of crying. Instead of crying like, oh yeah, you're crying like, woo, I'm sad. My dad is dead.
It's beyond weird. Somehow, you lot have managed to make the world seem interesting again. I'm genuinely grateful, you know? It makes a man feel as if he owes you.
Well, be our friend.
You owe us nothing. Can't afford any rumors about you being biased in our favor anyway.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Honestly, though, you need anything, you've got me on your side. I'll do what I can.
Okay, I really do like, I mean, I'm giving Batlin kind of a hard time, being a buzzkill and everything, but I do really like what they're doing with his character, because I feel like in a lot of these type of games, if you have a town crier, especially where you have this like oppressive government structure, You would think he's gonna be the guy. He's gonna be the J. Jonah Jameson type of a character who's gonna be like, you know, spewing propaganda. He's like, bring me pictures of protagonists doing crimes or something like that. But he's a good guy at heart. I like him.
For now, I'll catch a boat ride to Altabury ahead of you. Once this festival's over, it'll be farewell for the moment. So, let's make this a bash to remember.
Yeah, we're gonna bash or pash. Oh, and then he just runs right into the fire. He's excited for this party. Oh, and the girls are, yeah. Oh, there's Gallica.
Time for some fun. Bring out the treats.
They better not be hitting on our women.
Oh yeah, send some a Pokemon now. Try to decipher this. Seekers, 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 seekers.
One of those seekers was much louder than the other one. The other ones. But thank you so much, Vera, for the 10 bits and Queen Katie for that very well-timed redeem. I can translate it. You were remarking on how happy you were to see Big Blue Grimlock over here chilling on the couch behind me. And so that's clearly what you were saying, but well played, well done. But I am worried. These guys, this energetic Islander is hitting on our ladies. I mean, I don't care if he hits on Hulkenberg. Actually, you know what? I take back what I said earlier to Wendy. Juna would obviously be the lover's arcana. I think the reason why I was getting caught up on Yufa is because Yufa was the one that was doing the whole thing. It's like, oh, hand-holding means we're like married or something. But no, because Juna's the one that's always calling us like, hey, love, darling, oh, don't you like me, and everything like that. So yeah. So Wendy, if you're here, Juna, girl with long hair, I feel like she would be this game's on Takamaki. I bet you would like her. I mean, you'd probably like Yufa as well. You've got two hands. You can hold both their hands, but Gallica is mine. And her hands are tiny, so I'm holding both of them in my hand. So yes. All right, he's hitting on the ladies. Bringing out the treats? Or is he bringing out treats for us? Huh?
And those are?
Blue balls. Normally it's what girls give to guys. Guess this island's really backwards.
The fruit is called dragon's tears. They're quite precious. Their tree only bears once every few years.
Tis delicious. Beyond delicious.
Hey, stop gobbling those balls, Hulkenberg. Leave some for the rest of us.
This again. Hulkenberg's tastes are a dubious metric at best.
I don't know. I feel like exotic fruit is probably going to be good.
Please, it's the rarest of harvests, and we would like to share it with you.
I mean, she didn't even ask if she needs to like peel them or anything. She's just digging right into these things. And I use a spoon. The juice bursts forth as soon as I put it in my mouth. Oh, it's like a gusher.
Sounds. I feel quite.
Oh, crap, they're alcoholic. If Gallica gets drunk, we're not allowed to go on a date with her. That's the rules. She has to be sober because then, like... Is this gonna ruin our date? Are we gonna be drunk for our date?
Right.
Okay, both Hulkenberg and Yufa are 3 sheets to the wind, but,
Persona 4 reference, no way.
Oh, don't tell me that this is gonna be like that. Are we gonna play, what was it, the King's game? That was what we played, right, in Persona 4 when we were up on the second floor of Club Escapade? So maybe they're not really alcoholic. Maybe Yufa just said that it is, and Hulkenberg is very gullible, or something like that. But thank you so much for the 10 bits, Vero. I appreciate it. Let me read a few more comments to Cat. Oh, what's this? A pin message. This is written by Oak. Pinned by Vero said, quick Logan, kill Yufa. What? Why? Why do we gotta kill Yufa? She's so giggly right now. I mean, Yufa is adorable, especially when she has her little bucket on her head. But, I mean, my heart belongs to Gallica. I'm sorry. Let's see. Wendy says to Nora, I just know it's going to be peak. Nora said, yes, it will be. I'm bringing my Miku plushie and wearing a Miku shirt. Nice. Chaotic says, I'm currently fishing in Stardew for money. So I joined stream because it's pretty boring to do that with just music. Let's cheer for you. Go, Chaotic. Go fish. Catch a sea bass. Or a lot of those in Animal Crossing. I assume they have them in Stardew Valley. Quickett said, Nora and Oak made me read some typos, lol. Rast says, I am excited for Thursday. I know we're like so close to finishing Turnabout Legacy over in Ace Attorney Investigations too. Nora said in all caps, oh, y'all know how I'm always complaining about having no money, and especially for cosplays. Well, I found a really good website called Doki Doki Cosplay, and it has super high quality stuff for super cheap. Are you sure they're high quality? Because sometimes they look high quality, and then you get it, and it's just made out of really like flexible cardboard. Says like, I want to get Kyoko cosplay, and I saw it on there, and it's only, drumroll please, $45. Okay, that sounds like real clothes then. Oh, and also I got the Ado album, $57, but with shipping from Japan, it's a total of $85. So I'm on $20 now, but it's gonna arrive in like 4 weeks. Nice. Queen Katie says Batlin with a heart. Queen Katie, you gotta choose between Batlin and Heisme. They don't run in the same circles. I mean, you do have 2 hands for handholding, but they're not like in the same place at the same time. Queen Katie says, I love you, Batlin. Please don't die, Batlin. Oak says, guys. Queen Katie says, ever. When he says, okay, I'm gonna hop in the shower and grab some dessert, so lurk time, lurk. Thank you for the lurk, Queen Katie. When we get back, I'll try and remind you of the clarification I had about Juna and Yufa and getting my wires crossed in my brain pan about which one of them would be the lover's arcana. Let me read 2 more comments, we'll get back in the game. Nora said, should I do my homework that was due a week ago? Yes! What kind of homework is it, Nora? Oak says the LoganRobo meal at McDonald's is dropping tonight. You guys were talking about that, but literally just earlier tonight, my mom was here and had gotten a Big Mac from McDonald's, and so I was like, wow, perfect timing. Okay, let's play a little bit more, and then I'll be back to chat in just a few minutes. Yeah, Yufa. Is Yufa old enough to drink? Well, I guess Virg Island, they probably don't have rules for alcohol consumption. With the pa-pa-pa?
I was just subjected to see what Chris Hemsworth for the first time just now. I need a minute. Blue eyes. Gosh. Lurk.
Wait, hang on, Vera. Had you never seen Chris Hemsworth before? Have you never seen like any of the Marvel movies with, thank you so much for the 10 bits, Vera. I thank you for the follow. Rio, hang on. I hope I'm saying this right. Rio De Young? 018365. Thank you so much for the follow. Let me give you the rundown of the channel. I just gave it a little bit ago to Noobly, but our schedule, we stream Tuesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, and Sundays, alternating between this game, Metaphor ReFantazio, and Ace Attorney Investigations 2 Prosecutor's Gambit. That's like the spin-off game with Miles Edgeworth. This week, however, Friday is canceled. I do have a work-related commitment. We're probably going to keep Sunday on, though, even though it's Easter. It's like a morning holiday. And I do read every comment in chat. I'm just always far behind. So if you've written something in chat, I will get to it. It may just take a little while, but welcome. You're welcome to hang out with us. You're welcome to lurk. You're welcome to chat. You're welcome to be quiet, whatever you want. If you do want to type in chat, I'd love to hear how you found out about us. Are you just like a Metaphor ReFantazio fan? Are you like a Persona fan? Did you see like the videos on TikTok or YouTube or something like that? But welcome. Oh, and here, let me do this real quick. I'm sure someone else might have already done this, but here's a link tree. So that's both for you and Noobly. It contains all my social media stuff, Discord invite link, TikTok, YouTube, Twitch, all the good stuff. Speaking of which, I've been trying to figure out how to do bots over on YouTube, so I'm going to try and see what happens if I type in a command over there, if it works or not. And it does not work. Okay, so I failed. So I'm just going to delete that comment there, even though it stays up saying message retracted. I still got a ways to go to figure out YouTube streaming. Oh, and here we got a pin message. Vera said, I only know him as Orion. I'm serious. Oh, so you have never seen those Marvel movies? Yeah, I'm a straight man, but I have heard that Chris Hemsworth is apparently deliciously attractive. He's one of those guys, they go out of their way to have him shirtless in as many of his Marvel movies as possible. Also, he's just a really funny guy. So congratulations, Vero, on your new romantic inclinations. And thank you again, correct me if I'm pronouncing it wrong, Ryota Young. May I call you Ryota for short? Oh, there we go, a pin message. This must be what Ryota said. Came from Ace Attorney. Me and my sister love watching your videos. Oh my gosh. Thank you. And tell your sister I say thank you as well. So, okay, awesome. So I don't know if you've probably been seeing the Ace Attorney stuff. Maybe some of those VODs I've been posting or some of the shorts or something like that. But thank you. And unless you tell me otherwise, I'm going to assume I can call you Ryota or like Rio for short. You can let me know. Warning, and I tell this to everybody, whatever I know you as when I first meet you, I will know you as forever. Names imprint on me like a baby bird. That's why you'll see some folks in chat like Armad, whose name is listed as Objectionable Puzzles, I refer to as Vero because I knew Armad as Vero when we first met. So again, thank you so much. I hope that you don't come to regret this follow. if you are from the shorts, these VODs are, of course, very different. I'm very easily distracted. I spend a lot of time wasting time yapping. We sometimes get to the jokes. I apologize that I did just do a dirty joke a little bit ago about what these fruits look like. I will try to keep it more clean and appropriate for you and your sister. I do try to keep this place like PG rated. It wasn't that bad of a joke. But anyway, I should stop rambling and I should play the game, especially since we have new friends here today. So yeah, the girls are drunk. Juna and Gallica don't seem to be swaying around so much, so hopefully, yeah, because Gallica's tiny. I mean, just a few bites of that might be a lethal dose of alcohol for her. Oh, but also I just noticed her wings are sparkling. Have her wings always been sparkling when she just sits still?
What's going on? There's something odd about the way those two are laughing.
Okay, so Juna, who, by the way, we've learned recently is sometimes a baby and should therefore not be drinking, doesn't seem to have partaken yet. Oh! Little crybaby Heismay, crying because his son's dead. He's a weepy drunk.
But he's crying. What is this fruit?
He actually, Juna, he hasn't eaten anything. We established this several streams ago. He's a crybaby. I'm sorry, Juna. You're just barely getting to know the real Heismay.
You see, in old times, so long times ago people ate this to reach a higher plane of existence and talk to the gods.
Okay, that was a freaking adorable line read. If I wasn't already in love with Gallica, Yufa might be in danger of stealing my heart with that.
Ha. Yes, you certainly appear to have reached some higher state.
Higher.
That I passed.
Okay, so maybe it's not alcohol. Maybe these are like, edibles? I don't do drugs, so I don't know how it works, but like, yeah, like marijuana and stuff, you can have edible gummies or like mushrooms, so maybe that's what it is. Oh no, Protac!
Phew, finally back to normal. Well, that sure felt like a festival. Not that I'm complaining.
Okay, I think we've sobered up. Have we sobered up enough for a date with Gallica? Please, Gallica, I love you so much. I want to marry you, Gallica.
And did you hear? The people of this island make a wish over that flame.
I hope the game gives us an option to wish to be with Gallica forever. Oh, I just noticed we can see our friends in the background. There's Norris partying. He's probably still drunk. He probably brought a flask of his own booze, spiked his own alcoholic fruit. And the other ladies?
It's said that if you write your wish on a piece of paper, it'll bring you good luck. We don't often get to relax like this. So why don't you go there with someone?
Yes, Gallica! We certainly have plenty of time. This is a rare opportunity. Who should I invite? They're letting us! Oh, I'm so excited for this. I am like more excited than I should be. I feel like if I wasn't chronically single, if I had a relationship in real life, I probably wouldn't be this excited about the potential of dating, like virtually dating an adorable anime girl, but we are where we are in life and we've made the choices we've chosen. Let me read some more comments to the chat though. Let's see. Wendy says to Nora, Hatsune Miku says, do your homework. Nora says, Vero says, it's Narnia exclusive though. Oak says to Nora, that's okay, just go to your local wardrobe. Nora says to Wendy, I guess. Then to Oak, I don't have a wardrobe. Oak says, sucks to suck, sorry bro. Nora said, can you mail me one? Oak says to Logan, meal releases at 2.5 hour mark in the stream. Okay, so apparently I need to do something for the meal release at 2.5 hour mark in the stream. Noobly says, I am now on Twitch. Again, welcome Noobly, thank you so much for the follow. Oak says to Nora, I can, but it'll be moldy and cold. Nora says to Oak, I don't care, I'll eat it. Oak says, you should not. Nora says, Vero is being mean to me. That doesn't sound like Vero. Vero is delightful. Oak said, wait, what are they saying? I want to join in. Queekita said, no hydrates for once, Logan. It was just a very thirsty day for some reason. Well, I can understand that. In fact, I'm a little thirsty for Gallica and for water. So I'm going to have some of that right now. There was where Vero came and said, stop me from TTSing Ignite these nuts. Nora said to Oak, it's about Clara and Joy, and you hate Joy, so no. And then Vero, Oak says, Vero. Vero says, Nora, Oak. And Oak says, it'll be the last one, then we'll get back to the game, I promise. Says, what were you making fun of Nora about? I want to make fun of her too. See, that's the good reason to find out why someone was bullying someone else. So you can join in, maybe to defend, maybe to do a little lighthearted bullying yourself. Do remember though, the rules say no bullying each other in chat unless it's me. You can bully me all you want. Oh, we have a poll that just appeared here on Twitch. Chat Saruvi. Is Vero ever mean? Says yes, you're Nora, or no, you're everyone else. No, Vero is never mean. But okay, chat. I'm excited. All game. Because I remember everyone was saying, like, there's no romance option in this game. And I know this isn't like a date. It's just like hanging out as friends, but this is all I've ever wanted in this game. Who should I invite? Please give me the option.
Have you decided on someone?
Yes, I have. Galaga Stroll, Hulkenberg, Nuris, Heismay, Juna, Yufa. Ah, Galaga! There she is! There she is! I am way too excited. Like, I am pitying myself right now over how excited I am about this. You, baby. It's you, Galaga. Oh, we don't even get to see her reaction when I say her. We just, like, cut right to the date. I hope it's more than just, like, showing us, like, there, and then it's like, and there, you got some kind of bonus, like, you increase your maximum HP or something like that.
It's so pretty.
Not as pretty as you, Galaga. Oh, it's not voiced. Okay. I was confused because the first few words, I'm like, wow, that's a long comma there.
It's so pretty how the fire reflects off the ocean. Not even God could refuse granting a wish made in a scene like this. Hey, what do you think God is?
Huh? How philosophical.
Sanctism and this village's religion both have a God, right? And they all believe God protects them and makes them happy. But is it actually possible for everyone in the world to be happy? If someone's not happy, what is their God doing?
Watching them? Testing them? I don't know. I mean, I don't want to say I don't know, because we need to really give an opinion. I feel like... I'm going to say watching... Because I don't know what this means. Watching them in the sense of, like, watching over, being there for, or watching just, like, just chilling, just watching. Like, oh, wow, yeah, you sure are struggling. What?
Are we having an existential crisis in our date?
Honestly, that's probably the most accurate to the dates that I go on. I usually just don't vocalize it aloud. I usually just keep it inside. But yes, we are, Vera. We are having an existential crisis on our date. But thank you so much for the 10 bits. Okay, so watching them or testing them? Testing them, I do feel like that's the thing a lot of people says, like any bad times or a test. I am a religious person. I don't really talk about it on stream, really. But my personal beliefs, I think, yeah, sometimes a test, but sometimes it's an imperfect world. Bad stuff happens sometimes. So I will say watching them.
Hold on.
Maybe God is just watching. Just watching? Oh, sounds easy. I'd prefer God to step in if someone needed help.
Okay, we only got a little bit of mag, so apparently that was the wrong answer. Oh, and the poll is done, and no, everyone else has won with 78% of the vote. How many votes got your Nora? Wow, 2 people said your Nora? We have 2 Noras in the chat? That's weird.
I just want there to be less unhappiness in the world. Though, I suppose it's pretty hard to quantify, really.
Well then.
Anyways, back to reality. Shall we go make our wishes? Nothing to lose from trying, right?
Okay. Give me the option to choose a wish, please. Don't just like, I made a wish.
Yeah.
There we go. And if you don't grant my wish, you'll regret it. You hear? I think I'm at the kiss a better chance.
Can you say it's metaphor?
It's metaphor. Like when you posted that meme, again, that's all I could hear in my head. It's metaphor. Like that. But thank you so much, Vera, for the 10 bits. I hope that lived up to your expectations.
I think adding that gives it a better chance.
It's totally coming true now. You're not exactly scary. Oh, don't say that. She's a tough, strong, independent woman who don't need no man but has a man. It's totally coming true now.
Oh, it's totally coming true now. Right. Don't mess with me if my wishes don't come true. I wished for all the world's anxiety to be replaced with hope. You know, why not dream big, right?
I do still feel like the word hope along with despair have been kind of ruined for me since Danganronpa. I should read a couple more comments in the chat because I'm getting further and further behind. I'm getting way too caught up in this date with my video game waifu. Noobly says, I came from your shorts. They seem funny. Oh, thank you, Noobly. I appreciate that. I hope you don't regret the VOD since you came back a second time. Nora says, And Vera says she wants feedback and drawing. Nora says, they were just bullying me, not making fun of me. Quikita said, I think they mean they tried to type that, but TTS wouldn't let them. And then Vera says, she gotta choose. Oak said, I assume it stopped Vera because it said D's nuts. And Vera said, yeah. Oak says to Nora, good. Nubly says, D's nuts. Nora said, fine, ... I'll just take the art. Oak says, Vero, you can say D's nahuts, maybe. Nubly says, chicken jockey. Vera says, didn't work. Oak says, dang. Carrick says, I did 2 boos. I was sneaky. Huh, what's up, papa?
D's nuts. Test.
Look at that, it worked! It worked! I don't know why it didn't work before. Maybe it has something to do with like capitalizing it or maybe the context in which it was used. But thank you so much for the 10 bits. And yeah, TTS girl has evolved. She can now say D's nuts. Quiggy said, yeah, Logan's Miku is probably a literal robot like beep boop. Well, I mean, Miku herself like is kind of a robot, right? Oak says, I hope Teddy has me Goo inside of him. Oh, I see what you did there. Nubly says, I love Fidelio. He's my femboy, tsundere dog boy. He has become very popular in our chat. Our chat and myself, I'm very worried.
Now wait just a second. You don't need to team up now.
Oh, hey, it's a Danganronpa thing.
Geez.
It's the Danganronpa V3 back before I had a good microphone.
You guys.
Gonta and Tenko are strong.
Well, that's also gonna get all the piranhas out, though, but...
So there we go. I don't know if Nora had to look away. That really wasn't spoilery from Danganronpa V3. But thank you so much, whoever redeemed the Logan clip roulette. But yeah, Nubly, I'm worried about Fidelio. I think he's going to, like, either die... I think he's either going to get killed by Count Louise or maybe sacrifice himself to save us from Count Louise. I think something's going to happen. He's going to die, probably saving us or siding with us, and that's going to turn... Basilio onto our side, because I felt for a while like one of them is going to join the party, and Basilio was the one who always has like a weapon on his back. He's always got like a big axe, so I think he's going to be a party member. Last time I floated the idea that maybe he won't die, maybe he'll just get like paralyzed, and he'll have like one of those little doggy wheelchairs where your hind legs are up on a little cart with wheels or something like that, because I don't want him to die, but I'm becoming increasingly worried about him. I was very worried while he was like sick and injured, but he seems better now, so I hope he's okay. Let's get back to the game, and then I'll read some more chat in a little bit. I don't think I've even gotten to where Ryoda came in and added, followed, but I will get there, I promise.
I wished for all the world's anxiety to be replaced with hope. Why not dream big, right? When we don't know what lies ahead, that's when we're the most anxious, right? And that's pretty much true of most of our lives.
You see,
all the more reason to enjoy life for what it is and hope for the best. You've got to expect to be anxious about stuff.
That's a good way to look at it. That's all it takes, huh? No, it's a good way to look at it.
Right.
You've got a pretty good perspective on you.
Besides,
I'm just saying, if we can wake up the prince, I think that would give people hope. And considering how far you've come, I think you're gonna see it through. Have you really thought about that? How far you've come, I mean? You've grown so much since you got pushed off a cliff in the desert. I mean, you've grown into a man. Gallica likey what Gallica sees. I should know. I've been there the whole time.
So,
what did you wish for? Oh, look at the third option! To get closer to you for our journey success for everyone's safety. Ah, we get to actually flirt with her. I'm gonna say it. No, not for our journey success. Not for everyone's safety. Our journey can fail and everyone can die. I don't care. Gallica. Gallica. I wish to get closer to you, baby. I wished I could be closer to you, Gallica.
What?
Whoa, back it up, Mantis. Why would you wish for something that's already true? Oh, she's blushing.
I thought she was rejecting us when she started saying that. My heart. Oh, look at all that mag.
I'm sure that when you make a wish, God listens.
Oh, it's gonna come true. I love this. I'm sorry. I am smitten with her. I know it must be so old to all you guys, but I am so happy.
Thank you.
How about you give Protag a little smooch on the tip of the nose? A little smooch goodnight? Whew. I've had a great time at this festival. Thanks for that. I'd like to give you something. Not as thanks or anything. I found it on the beach the other day. Oh.
I thought she was gonna give us a kiss. You can't find a kiss on the beach. She found litter. I confessed my feelings to her, and she's giving me litter she found on the beach yesterday.
I mean this from the bottom of my heart. Take care of it, will you?
Thank you. That depends. No, thank you. Thank you.
Sure.
Thank you, Galeka.
I've got this.
It's a weapon! Oh, okay. A weapon, okay. Getting it back to the runner was a nightmare, so you better equip it.
Oh, it'll, after Galeka gave me a gift, we returned to the others. Do we get to see what it is? A whalebone rod! I mean, I guess that could be a romantic gesture. She gave me a whale's bone. She gave me a whale's rod bone. So I'm guessing, because she's the, her follower bound is for the archetype of the mage. So does that mean everyone would have given me like a weapon for their particular archetype? If we get to a save point, as I said before, we'll maybe rewind and check out what the other cutscenes were, but that's the one. Oh, Fidelio. Is he conflicted? He's like, wow, we saved everybody. We made everybody happy.
Del, you hear all that?
What
that cry I was talking about?
Rest of the playthrough using this weapon?
Oh, I'm tempted, but the problem is you can't just use any weapon with any archetype. I can only use that while I'm being a mage. Maybe what we should try and do is like, maybe I should have protagonist max out the mage lineage and see if when we get to the final boss, as a tribute to Galeka, equip the whalebone rod and just go in with the mage or something like that. We could try it. But thank you so much for the 10 bits. I appreciate it. Oh, there's a poll up. When did this happen? A paid poll. Is Logan real? Yes, of course. No, of course. Chicken jockey. Logan is a robo. Don't trust him. Well, yeah, of course. That's the one we got to vote for. For those who were here for the April Fool's stream. But thank you so much for the 10 bits, Vero. Thank you for the poll. And yeah, I think Fidelio, he's getting conflicted. He's like looking out there. It's like, wow, we accomplished our goal. We got the Draco Dios lance. We didn't have to hurt or kill anybody. We saved the village. They love us. He probably is like feeling, wow, this feels good to be a hero instead of just being a henchman, instead of being a goon. You hear that? Being a nice person is better than goon work.
Yeah. Sounded proper familiar to me.
Wait, what's he? Oh, because they're Paripus. Was it their dad who was the one who was turned feral by the Sanctists?
It's easy to blame the Sanctist Church for the whole thing. But maybe not all of them were happy about it. Makes you think. I remember St. Rella looked like her heart was breaking, seeing us at death's door. Maybe she knew what was going on.
Oh yeah, that's right, because she recognized them from when they were kids. Oh, and the poll is done, and don't trust him won with 69% of the vote. Nice. With Nora contributing 160 channel points. Thank you for the poll and everything, and yeah, don't trust him. I don't have that asset currently loaded up in OBS right now. Otherwise, I'd do it right now as a little jump scare. But yeah, so it was, things are getting kind of emotional. So I guess it might have been their dad. And then when she saw them when they were younger, maybe she was rescuing them from whatever happened specifically?
Del, what do we believe in, really? Are we absolutely positive that, Count Luis's vision and ours have enough in common?
I love this. They're conflicted. Just by, like, being around us and us being, like, friends with them, they're becoming better people.
I thought we were done talking about this. He's the reason we got this far. A couple of Paripus orphans. Nobody else wants us. Nobody cares about us.
We do.
We'd be nothing without Count Luis.
We'll adopt the two of you. Like, Count Luis probably has them as, like, crate dogs, where they like, got to sleep in a crate or a kennel crate or whatever you call those things. We'll take care of you. I mean, granted, we will have to take you two to the vet to get you fixed. But, I mean, all that means is your voices might not be as low after that, and you might have to wear a cone. But the cone is, like, for, 2 weeks, tops.
I know, Del, but he makes all them speeches about equality, but in the end, he's gonna leave the weak to die.
But at least he's not leaving them to die out of racism. It's about Strength supremacy? Is that any better? I don't think that's any better.
I heard him talk about his ideal world, and it sounds like a world where we'd have died alone in the dirt. No Saint Rella to save us. Is that what we're fighting for?
Dude, Basilio's voice actor is putting so much emotion into this. I'm loving it.
Too late for that kind of talk, brother. Blood on our hands either way.
Hey!
Wah!
What are you two doing on your own? Come join the party.
They want
You'll
to.
miss the whole festival.
That's literally what they're gonna do, Juna. They're considering joining the party, the adventuring party. See the parallels? See the parallels?
Hey, loser.
Clam, how you doing? Thank you so much for the 10 bits. How's your week going? I know I ask about him a lot, but how's little Henry doing? I mean, what do you know? You've had a baby, and I ask how the baby is doing whenever you hear. But Clam, so good to see you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I should read a couple comments in the chat, though. I won't spend too much time in the chat because we don't even have any background music. We just have the gentle lapping of the waves. But thank you so much for the 10 bits, Clam. Let's see. Oak says, oh, Vero says, I know Crystal normally edits the typo command, but could you add Jelp from Nora? Quigita said, BRB, I'm in need of wafers. Noobly said, Batlin, my goat. Quigita says, I love you, Batlin. Oak says, I love Batlin. I'm a big fan of Batlin. Initially, I just liked his design, but this game has like so many good characters. I'm loving it. Quigita said, I'm going to miss you so much, Batlin. We'll see him in Altabury unless he dies on the way or something. Oak says to Vero, it's got to be something D's nuts related. Vero said, got him. Good time. And Katie. Quigita says, heck yeah, that was my goal. Oak says, impeccable timing. Oh, and a pin message, Clam says, baby is doing good. We went swimming for the first time. I assume Henry's first time swimming, not that you've been swimming for the first. Because you used to, I remember back in the day, a few years back, like all the time throughout one summer, you were like, hey, we should all go to a water park or something like that. Unless that was your way of telling us that you wanted to learn how to swim. I didn't go because I don't like taking off my shirt around other people because I'm very self-conscious like that. Oak says, quote, I'm loving it. That's how we know the McDonald's collab is real. It is. McDonald's. I'm loving it. Wait, no, it's not like I'm loving it. How's it go? What's the tune? It's because it's kind of set to a little melodic intonation. Anyway, I can't remember it, but thank you very much for the pin messages, for the TTS Clam. Good to see you here. All right, let's play a little bit more here. Because, yeah, I think this is potentially an intentional parallel. The come join the party. There's like a literal party, but also we have our adventuring party. She's asking them to join the party. I can't be the only one that thinks that, right?
Lady Juna.
What's that look about? I know you're absolutely smitten with me, love, but you needn't be so tense about it.
Oh, so she knows. Because it's been obvious to us. Do people ship the two of them together, like Juna and Fidelio? I hope so.
Do you plan to kill Count Luis?
If I was Juna, I'd feel really bad lying to him right now. I feel like if we were on the deck, you could hear a pin drop. Oh my gosh. Like, I'm a little afraid to click the button.
What are you talking about? He can't be killed anyway.
Juna, you dodged the question. That's as good as an answer.
Lady Juna, I don't think your heart is with Count Luis anymore. Or maybe it never was.
Please end this conversation by saying, and ours isn't either, and we want to join you now.
There's a side of you that you only show them. But us, starting to think we've never seen the real you.
Juna, show Fidelio the real you. Fall in love with him. Have your tiny puppy short king, man.
Are you really so worried for Count Luis? He's the one who measures worth in power. So what would he think to hear you underestimating him?
So you don't actually work for Forden or nothing then? No ulterior motives?
Oh, not for Forden. No. You know what, Fidelio? She's not going to kill Luis for Forden. There we go. There's our loophole.
I've been with Count Luis since before the race even started, haven't I? Ever since he was stripped of command.
Hey, Del.
Oh, crap. Can he, like, smell lies or something?
I'm sorry if I made you worry. That's my fault. But trust me on this. I promise I'll make sure this world's got more to give you two than despair.
Again, if I was Fidelio, I'd be like, she's not answering the question. Huh?
Oh man, do people ship them. Do you plan on killing Count Louis? Surprised Pikachu.png.
Oh, did that happen like right after I said that about? I can't even remember the timing of this, but I still think they'd make a cute couple. I think. And thank you for the 10 bits. I appreciate it. We got some background music, so let me read some more in the chat. But no, that stopped me like mentally in my tracks. That was really good. Let's see, where'd we leave off? Vera said, apparently it's because I needed to refresh the page. Noobly said, Logan, have you ever played Xenoblade? I have not. I've seen like a few clips of it of people streaming. I really don't know much about what it's about. I think, does Xenoblade have robots in it, or is that Xenogears? Are they related? I don't know. I know that there are Xenoblade characters in Smash Brothers, right? I think? Or am I just thinking of even more Fire Emblem characters? I could be getting them mixed up, but no, I haven't played. I've heard good things, though. Is there one in particular you would recommend starting with? Oak says, oh. Vera said, maybe I can say D's nuts. Nora says, Hulkenberg, rah! Queen Kitty says, okay, now I nab wafers. Protect Yufa for me. Oak says, quick, Logan, kill Yufa. Oh, that's why you wanted to, because Queen Katie wanted her to be alive, so you just wanted to break her heart. Noobly said, Juna isn't flirting. She's just British. And that's also how you can know that this game is a work of fiction, because British people aren't real. Nora says, yikes! Oak says, thank you, Vero, for backing me up. Nora says, Ship, Juna, and Hulkenberg barely know anything about this game, but they're sitting next to each other, so honestly, Nora, that tracks. I feel like all you need to ship two ladies together is for them to be in close proximity to each other. Oak says, ad quote, hey, stop gobbling those balls, Hulkenberg. Leave some for the rest of us. Noobly says, alcoholic gusher. Nora says, oh, couldn't get a son I'm back. Who's trying to kill my gal? Oak says, me. Nora said, drink Hulkenberg. I will laugh. And then Nora says, oh, I love this. Yes, Persona 4 reference. Noobly says, I need some of those fruits for real, for real. And Nora said, King's game right now. Okay, I should probably play a little bit more here. I'll be back to the chat. I haven't seen a timestamp in a while, and we're already almost an hour into stream, and so I'm sure I'm probably way behind at this point. But I'm really getting caught up into what's happening. This is great.
I saw it with my own eyes.
Saw what? Wait, was he spying on us at one point?
That lance gets past the king's magic. That means it can kill a candidate. They were testing it among themselves, and Lady Juna was right there with them.
Wait, did we know that he saw that? Did we like see them spying on us?
You serious? How are we supposed to report that to Count Luis?
But again, I don't know if it is the lance or not, because remember what Rella told us. She said that the king's magic only works to protect people from like underhanded methods. That if you like challenge someone to a duel, or if it's like a fair fight or something like that, then it's fine. So maybe the only reason that the lance didn't activate the king's magic was because we were all like aware of what was happening. Either way, I'm getting worried.
Don't worry, it's my own problem. I told you to leave the thinking to me. Okay,
so Fidelio's gonna have to make a choice. He's got to decide who to side with. And I think in the end he's gonna do the right thing, but I worry it might get him killed, and I don't want that to happen. He needs to like marry Juna and have weird half puppy babies. Half puppy, half babies, since Juna turns into a baby sometimes.
You know, I really like Lady Juna's songs.
You know what, Basilio? That's as good a reason as any to betray our boss. Let's join up with these terrorists.
And I like seeing you listening to her when you get the chance. You got arm around your heart, Del, and her music pierces it.
Oh, that's right, because remember last time we learned that Basilio's dream is to like open up a restaurant, right? Where he would do the cooking and then Fidelio would sing.
I don't want to kill Lady Juna. And you don't either, Del. Do you?
I love the Dog Brothers, man. I want them to both be okay. So tonight's our last night on the island.
So?
Tomorrow's the big day, so let's make sure we're plenty rested.
Okay, so we're gonna save. We're gonna do a different save slot, and chat, would you like to see what all the other festival dates would have been like? This is obviously gonna be our canon playthrough one, but we can go back, reload, skip ahead to that choice, and then watch each of them. So do you guys wanna see what dates with like Heisme and Juna and Stroll and Yufa and Hulkenberger would have been. I think that'll be fun. That's what I want to do. Like I said, it'll be just like when we did the festival dates in Persona 3. Unfortunately, that also took up like half the stream, but it's worth it. So let's go ahead and let's load from the previous save right here. And like I said, we'll just like skip through everything. I think there's a button where you can fast forward, right? Fast forward is this button. I think. Oh, now it's got to show the animation for loading, I guess. I don't know. Nubly says, I already read that. Excuse me. Oak says, you have to. Katie said not to. So you have to kill her while she's gone. Like, do I have to? Like, is it required?
Have you decided on someone?
Oh, wow. We can skip right to it. Okay. So we'll just go in order, I guess. Stroll, then Hulkenberg, then Nuris, then Heisme, then Juna, and then Yufa. So, first up, we're having a date with Persona 4 Pro Tag. Stroll! And let's see how just riddled with testosterone this is gonna be. Nora said, I'm so excited for this. I always love the trope where some characters are just drunk for a little bit, but like in a silly way, no chaos. Queen Katie said, I'm back now, I can witness it now. Oak said to Queen Katie, it's okay, that'll be more painful. Queen Katie says, no! Nubly says, AI generated product image. Oh man, I get like so disappointed when I see like people that I do respect, like famous people that post an AI slop. Although to be fair, I think AI-generated slop, like if people are just doing it for fun, for their own personal stuff, that's okay, I guess. But
all the 2 Stroll fans are happy.
Oh, who are the 2 Stroll fans? Are you one of them, Vero? But thank you so much for the 10 bits. No, because Nubly, you said that you wanted to see the Stroll date, right? What's in those dragon tears? We've got Heisme babbling on and crying his eyes out. Then Hulkenberg and Yufa were having sword fights with my arms. Oh, that's adorable, though. And he's just kind of standing there in the... why didn't we see that? I wanted to see that. This banquet has been memorable. Right. Now seems as good a time as any to go make our wishes at the Dragon God statue.
$5 on Nuris being next.
Okay, there you go. Nuris is next. Apparently, Tiff, does that mean you have to leave early, Tiff? Thank you so much for the $5. Honestly, I'm gonna be honest. I probably should go like, yeah, if you pay me $5, I'll let you choose the next ones. But honestly, Tiff, if you had just like asked, I'd have done that. But yes, thank you for the $5. I will gladly spend that on a fraction of my next Transformers purchase. I can get a friend for Grimlock up there in the back. But thank you so much, Tiff. 500 bits. Okay, so we'll do Stroll, then Nuris, and then we'll go in order. So then I think after that be like Hulkenberg and whomever else. So thank you, Tiff. Thank you. So we're heading over to the statue. Is he gonna ask us like existential questions also? Or are we just gonna go straight to the wishing? You make your wish. Oh, okay, he gets right to the point. He doesn't want to talk about religion. I considered a few, but settled on wishing for our victory over Luis. It felt important enough. We'll have no second chance after all. If you really think about it, you'll realize how with each passing moment, any number of people out there in this country are making their own wishes for the future. And all those wishes, they're our responsibility too. I find that somewhat terrifying. It's rare to see you scared. I know the feeling. I'm scared out of my mind. I think I know the feeling. Oh, you too, huh? Sometimes I have this dream. Well, more of a nightmare. Luis gets the best of us, and we die. And also, I didn't finish my homework for school because I've not attended class the entire year. Ridiculous, isn't it? To be brought so low by a dream, especially when all I've got to do is make sure it never comes true.
So?
What about you? Did you wish for something? For the country. For everyone to say, I forgot to. I forgot. Huh?
I just got my paycheck and am in a very gifting mood. Don't try me.
Thank you.
Logan Rate-Heart.
Logan Rate-Heart, thank you. Tip for another 500 bits, thank you. Thank you. Yes, Norris will be next. And I'll try to be nice to him then. Because of this, because I'm being goofy with Stroll, but thank you for another 500 bits. Thank you, Tiff. I should read some more in the chat, though, because I am already getting behind, and I should say hi to more people, but thank you. As always, I just want to remind you all that this type of generosity is never required, but always appreciated. So thank you, Tiff. Quiggity said, technically I would pick Heismay since he's just hanging out here, unlike Batlin, who's off to do his job. Nora said, gotta watch the drunk girlies. This is gonna be so funny. It took us a while to get to the funny, but we do have the mental image of them sword fighting with Stroll's arms. Vera said, nope, I've never seen him before. I only know him as Orion. I'm serious. Oak said, just use Logan to build a tolerance for blue eyes. Actually, do my eyes look as blue? I think the last time I wore this shirt, you said it like makes all the colors and the camera look weird or something. Nora said, Juna is wall for tolerance for blue eyes. Quiggity said, me and Dad are hoping to watch the first John Wick for Easter. I'm hyped. Oak says, whoa, YouTube bots. I tried, it didn't work. And there's Rio de Young. Said, came from Ace Attorney. Me and my sister love watching your videos. Again, thank you so much for the follow. I don't know if you're still here or if you had to take off, but I really appreciate it. It's very nice of you, and I hope you haven't regretted your follow. Nubly says, I hate Twitch mid-roll ads. Wait, did you get a mid-roll ad? Because I've got those turned off. Those should not be happening on this channel. The downside is that we gotta have pre-roll ads. If anybody experienced a mid-roll ad on here, please let me know because those should be disabled. Veer says, not romantic. He looks too macho. It's horrible. And then Nora said, what even is a Vero? It's as we discussed on Discord, Vero is a Pokemon. Nora said, can't wait to see the drunk girly. Said, Juna is not drunk, sad. Quiggity said, Heismay, no! I'm sorry, but we established a few streams ago, Heismay is a crybaby. All right, did you wish for something? I forgot. Actually, I forgot. You, really? Well, go on then, do it now. Make your wish. No.
That being the case.
If you can't think of anything, feel free to steal mine. It could use all the help it can get. Your wishes, they seem to come true. I've felt that way since all the way back at the fort. Regardless, I have faith. In you, that is, Mantis. Nod my head.
Hey!
Hey, did you two make your wishes? What did you wish for? He forgot to do one! What a waste of a wish! I assume this is real and not some shallow superstition.
Huh?
You're not supposed to tell anyone you know, but oh crap, I told him. Well, my wish isn't going to come true. We're all going to fail and die.
For real?
Well, that's unfair. I bet you told Mantis. Oh, I see. Something not fit for a lady's ears, was it? You wish for natural male enhancement. Oh, come off it! If that's the impression I've given you, you're sorely mistaken. Tell her she's wrong, Mantis. No, I'm not. I'm gonna tell her she's right. Oh, come on, give me the option. Never mind that. Did you two notice the brothers have been staring daggers at us since earlier? That's actually a really good segue into the cutscene with them then. Seems like a good opportunity as any. Might be time to go sweet talk them, I hope they don't confront me about my impending betrayal. Toodles, bye-bye. As easy as that. She's so aware of her surroundings at all times. I suppose that's how she managed to sneak into Luis's good graces. Isn't she just flirting?
What?
I thought she was just going over there to flirt. I ship her and Fidelio. I have doodled pictures of them doodling each other in the margins of my book. Are you daft? She's obviously going over there to see what they know. Hard to tell what the Magnus brothers are thinking, but let's pray they don't catch on.
Right.
Oh, right, I found something interesting on the island. A fairly decent greatsword washed up right on shore. I'm not sure if you'll find it useful, but I think it's best in your hands. Is it usable? The sword's actually usable? Of course. I cleaned it up rather nicely with a little elbow grease. Left it on the runner, so if you want, let's go have a look. All right, so that's the Stroll date. Stroll gave me the gift, and we returned to the others. Let's see what his is. Rebel's greatsword. Wow, that's not even made from a whale's bone. All right, I should read some more in the chat. Oh, there's a pin message. I actually got to wait till the loading screen is over because I can't, click open the pin messages while the loading screen is on. So I'll read a couple comments, then we'll see it. Nora says, Heismay is drunk. Nubly says, Gallica gets alcohol poisoning and dies. Arc. No! There, now I can click the pin message. Pinned by Vera, written by Oak. Said, Juno said, for real, that's how you know she's Ryuji. Oh, so do you think she's the Chariot? Arcana? I keep wanting to say Arcana. So we can skip through all of this then. And then let's load up the next one, which is going to be Norris, due to Tiff's overwhelming generosity. So let's go ahead and
Load up. Yeah, it's just the same one. This one right here. Yeah. Load. Quiggy says, so it's a drug. Nora says, so true, Yufa. Quiggy said they're high. Nora said, that was so cute. Lol, hi, this is funnier. Hi, Yufa and Hulkenberg. That's what you say when you're greeting them. You say, hi, Yufa and Hulkenberg. Nora said, I read that. Vero says, I had a friend whose nickname is Vero, and she streamed a lot, and I didn't have a Twitch account, so I was like, it'll be funny to name myself Vero My Beloved and pop in her stream. Then I was curious about Twitch as a platform, and I stumbled upon Logan. I didn't know that's what, I did always assume this entire time.
From our first night here in
Stroll, shush, I'm talking to people. I had always assumed this entire time that Vero was like a character in a video game that you were just a big fan of, and that I hadn't played and I didn't know, and you're like, Vero, my beloved! That's really adorable! Noobly said, they have the good crap on this island. I need that fruit. Nora said, wait, no, let me see more of the high girlies. It was funny. I have Tiff actually decided we're doing Norris next. Because I just noticed this troll was passed out or dead. He did die that one time, if you guys remember. Quicket says, Norris with a little heart. Nora says, I see. Quickata says, I love his funky butt. Are we talking about Heisme or Nora's? Fine vista this. Makes me regret leaving my paints and canvas back on the rudder. Bright red flames reaching up to the starry sky. Ooh, rather picturesque, isn't it? I've got to burn this into my memory. Okay, so Nurse's archetype was gunner, right? So we'll probably get a gun from him. We'll see if he washed up on shore or if he just like has it with him. You must really like drawing. You're quite the artist, bro. Like I said, we're being nice to him. You're quite the artist, Norris. Oh, we only kind of like that. Finally noticed, have you? Yes, when you train your eye to better observe things in nature, there's all sorts of inspiration to be found around you. If you need an example, look no further than the amphibious gauntlet runner. Boggles the mind, eh? I had the design all completed in my mind, but I never thought I'd see the day where it actually crossed the sea. Though, if we're going down that road, I used to think I'd never see the runner put to proper use in the first place.
Thanks.
So, Mantis, let me thank you. It's all thanks to you that one of my dreams came true. Likewise. Where is this coming from? No, we're being nice. For Tiff's sake. Likewise.
Listen.
Likewise, Nervous. You've really helped me out. Well, I dare say this is a good time as any to make our wishes in that bonfire. My dreams won't end with gauntlet runners alone. Why, if anything, the real quest starts now. No harm in asking a god for help, what? Come now, off we go. Ha-ha! Drinking while we walk. Okay, I'm drunk again. All looks rather impressive. We just have to write our wish on a piece of paper and throw it in then? All right, here we go. No, on second thought, I think I'll have to change my wish. You're bound to wish for the good of the country or something for the sake of your friends, I bet. Then there's me next to you with only selfishness in mind. Fearing God's wrath, are you embarrassed? Hey, I don't mind, bro. I don't mind. Be selfish. I don't really mind, though.
Come now.
Well, if you're going to be gracious about it, that makes the whole bally thing worse. Wait, why is it worse? You gave me more mag. Hold on! The islanders never said you had to narrow down your wish to one thing, eh? Then my wish to fly in the sky will stay as is. See, like I said, I think at some point we're gonna get like wings. Our gauntlet run will be able to fly like Luis's. I'll just add an extra player for everyone's safety on top. Yes, I dare say that's a worthy compromise. Is he gonna ask what my wish was, though? I say, I've just had a thought. This pillar of fire. Suppose I used magic to generate something similar, and then use the updraft for vertical lift. What do you think? Are we going to turn into a hot air balloon? Yes, I can test the principles with the runner's controls, but the problem is staying power. Seems worth experimenting with later.
Speaking
I've just remembered there's something I wanted to give you. Oh, he never asked us what our wish is. You see, I guess he assumed that ours is like for the good of everybody. One of my ideas to make a gauntlet runner fly was to launch it using a massive sort of custom designed ballista. Except no matter how I calculated it, the runner tended to come apart mid-flight, so that was a wash. Oh, Vero just gifted a sub to Noobly. This is like the first time in a while we've had a gifted sub that wasn't Batman on. Thank you so much, Vero! All the generosity. So does that mean, does Vero get to like pick the next person that we hang out with? I assume next is just gonna be Hulkenberg otherwise. But Noobly, if you have a subscription now, the benefits are you have access to our suite of tier 1 emotes. There's like a couple of like tier 2 and I think a prime sub emote, but you have access to most of them. You are now immune to ads. And if you do join the Discord, oh crap, I can't remember. Did you join the Discord? I don't think you have yet. I could be wrong though. If you join the Discord, you will have access to the incredibly exclusive Hey Hey channel, where everybody just says, hey, hey. There's also a subscriber channel, but we don't really use it that much. But I mean, if people want to start using it. We will, oh, wow, Batman on just gifted a sub to Nora. Oh, we got a hype train now. Oh, look, that was a really cute little kitty cat walking emote. Hype train, thank you so much for the hype train. Some people are apparently loving the date with Norris. Thank you so much for the gifted sub to Nora Batman on. I should say to our new friends like Noobly and like Ryoda that Batman on is a member of our community who just anonymously gifts subs to people. And so there you go, Nora, your sub apparently had expired and it's been re-upped by Batman on. So thank you Vero, thank you Batman on, thank you for the hype train. So now if anybody gives subs or uses bits, you can get like special emotes. I'm pretty sure we've had enough hype trains. I should know by now how that works, but I never really pay attention. Let me read a few more comments in the chat though. Oak said to Nora, you heard it here first. Nora condones drug use. Nora said, we know this. Quinkator said, the Nora prob would have liked redacted in Yangtze River. Oak said, oh, also, Nora, I don't know if you saw that I edited another P4 clip and scheduled it. Nora said, I can't check on my phone. Can you just send it to me? Quinkator says that maybe Logan should get water bottle with Gallica image on it. Ooh.
I'm almost at 69 gifted subs. I almost want to treasure it.
Well, you're almost at 69, so you're like at 68 then? I mean, you never have to like give more and you can always stop whatever you want, but wow. Holy cow, 69. That's so many, but thank you so much for the 10 bits. I appreciate that. I will have a sip of my water that sadly does not have Gallica. Maybe I should buy like a Gallica sticker and slap it on my water bottle that I use when I go to the gym. That'll surely make all the gym bros think I'm a tough, cool guy, right? I'm gonna read a couple more comments, but thank you again for those 10 bits, Vero. I really appreciate it. Crystal says, all right. Nora says, Crystal. Crystal doing the typos command. How are you doing, Crystal? Quiggy said, oh yeah, chat. Bully Nora into doing her homework. Oak says, Vero has never once been mean. Vera said, Nora used both of her accounts. Oh, that's why. I forgot that Nora has two. Nora says, why did someone else say yes? You're Nora. Oak says, Crystal, oh, Crystal, can you add Jelp from Nota? Nora says, I don't have my other account. Vera said, Nota. And then Nora says, add Nota. Oak says, dang it. Crystal said, my brain autocorrected to Nora too. Nora says, hey, wait, why do I? And then Vera said, what a date. Nora says, oh, and Noobly says that God is a woman. Nora says, my sub ran out. That's why I got an ad when I reloaded. Oh, okay. So yeah, I guess sometimes you might have to reload. But anyway, thank you guys again for the hype train. I really appreciate that. That's super nice of you. Thank you again, Batman on and Vero for the gifted subs, Vero for the extra bits there. We still got like 2 minutes, a little over 2 minutes in the hype train, so feel free to contribute to it if you want, or you don't have. Oh my gosh, 100 bits!
Dibs on next date being Yufa.
All right, it's decided. Next date is Yufa. So thank you so much for the 100 bits. Unless someone gives more than 100 bits with it. No, we don't want to have a bidding war, a bidding war. But thank you very much, Vera. Next date's going to be Yufa, apparently. It is now decided. Apparently, while we're on a date, any gift of bits that's over 100 will let you pick whom we date. But thank you so much for the 100 bits. And that's, oh, now the level 1 hype train's at 69%. Nice. I think I may have already gotten all the level 1 hype train emotes at this point, so I probably won't get anything new unless they added more. But thank you so much. I appreciate that, Vero. Except no matter how I calculated it, the runner tended to come apart mid-flight, so that was a wash. However, even if the prototype model wasn't good as a ballista, it turned out to be a rather fine crossbow. No use to me, so you may as well have it. I like that, yeah. His gun didn't wash up on the beach. He has it. Thanks. Can't wait to try it. I can't wait to try it. I'll be sure to take care of it.
Quite.
Yes. Turned out quite nicely, if I do say so myself. Failure's not all bad, eh? Leads to little surprises like this. Whenever you challenge yourself, you'll always get something meaningful or valuable in the end. Isn't that like how we got Velcro and Tang? Weren't they things that like NASA was just working on stuff, even though they're doing space flight. Didn't NASA like accidentally invent Velcro? Well, not accidentally, but as a side effect, invent Velcro and Tang, I think. Am I getting things crossed in my brain? That might even be more important than success. Put more indulgently, it is in failure that we find the true charms of life. Now then, let's go get you some of life's true charms. That's right. This date with Norris is only just beginning. Norris knows that we can fit 2 people in each of those little bunk compartments. Nod my head cautiously. Oh, 3, 2, 1. Hype train is done. Thank you guys so much for the hype train. I really appreciate it. For those who contributed, I hope you got some good emotes. Again, I think I've got all the level 1 emotes, so I don't get any new ones. But thank you. Thank you so much for the hype train. Protobo Beta. And some mag. Okay, so next, Vero has decided we're going to date Yufa. Again, Gallica is going to stay our canon date that we had, because it was sweet. Oddly enough, like, okay, we got to see on the other female characters if we have the option to say, like, I wish to grow closer to you, or if that's, like, exclusive to Gallica. If it's just to her, then I'm going to take that as a sign that the devs kind of ship Protag and Gallica together. So, yeah, let's go ahead and load back up again. Load. Quickita said, life is one big soap opera for the beyond. Nora says, I want to get metaphor so bad. Who else is me? Quickita said, but would your PC be okay? The demo on its own is big. Nubly says, I personally disagree with the concept of religion, but to each their own. You see, and that's the thing. Like I said, I'm religious, but I allow everybody their own beliefs and things like that. I'm never going to try and force my beliefs on any of y'all. Oak says, rare Logan dating footage. How did I do? I don't think I did well on the date. Vera says, laughing, says, I love you, Protag. And then Queen Gator says, oh yeah, for my fellow chat peeps, I've managed to remove a good chunk of Persona and Ace Attorney spoiler clips, so Logan roulettes should be safer now, besides Dami and Rampa. I need to go and clear out those. And thank you again for doing that, Queen Katie. Do let me know before you delete any of the Spirit of Justice ones to make sure that I've saved all those to my hard drive, because I do usually wait till we've completed a game before I save the old clips from them. Okay, so Vera wanted Yufa, huh?
Whoa. First time chatter Logan rate.
Oh, and we have another first time chatter already. Ghostly Donuts. That's a fun username. I like that. Ghostly Donuts. Welcome. Well, we've like had so many new people today. Okay, so Ghostly Donuts, sorry if we're drawing attention to you. I don't know if you were just trying to like sneak in really quiet or something like that. I read every comment in chat, but I'm just always behind. I'm probably like a good 20 or 30 minutes behind. So Vero, our mod, is really kind enough to let me know when people come in. Oh, and Oak said Ghostly Donuts. Oh, Ghosty Donuts. Oh, I'm so sorry. I misread that. Thank you, Oak, for clarifying. Ghosty Donuts. Okay, so the donuts themselves are ghosty. I like that. So yeah, because I'm so far behind, I'm going to scroll all the way down to the bottom of the chat and see where you came in so we can say hi. Oh, there we go. Saying hello, and Oak says hello. Ghosty says, this chat is worrying. I mean, in what way worrying? I think they're delightful. And Ryota is still here, says Gallica. And Oak says, we are evil, I apologize. Crap, am I gonna like get down there and there's gonna be really troublesome stuff? And Ghosty says, I see that. Okay, so Ghosty, since you're new here, I gotta give you the rundown on the channel here, so our schedule. Because we have had so many new people tonight between Nubly, between Ryota and Ghosty. I've had to say this so many times, but I'll do it as many times as it takes. Our schedule, we stream Tuesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, and Sundays. Right now, we're alternating between this game, Metaphor ReFantazio, and Ace Attorney Investigations 2, Prosecutor's Gambit. This Friday, however, is going to be canceled. I have a work-related commitment that night, unfortunately. But because of that, I'm uncanceling. I would have normally canceled Easter in the evening because it's like a holiday. But Easter's like a morning holiday for those who celebrate. So the evening should probably be fine. If I change my mind on that, I will post on Discord. And also, I keep forgetting to do this. I'm sure one of our mods might have already done it, but here's a link tree that includes all of the social media stuff, Discord, invite link, TikTok, YouTube, Twitter, all that stuff. Feel free to make use of it or ignore it. I know some people like and dislike other social medias. There's no pressure on any of it. It's just there if you want it. But Ghosty, I would love to hear how you found us. Are you like a fan of Metaphor? Were you just like going around Twitch looking for Metaphor streams? Oh, thank you for the follow! I assume that means you don't regret popping in to say hi. So thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate that. If you do end up regretting it, I apologize in advance. I'm a yapper, and I get very easily distracted. But thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate that. I am going to scroll back to where I left off at the chat, but hopefully I'll get to anything else you've said in a little bit. But thank you, thank you, thank you. And as Vero paid me off for, we're going to go have a date with Yufa now. Yufa is, I feel like, second best girl behind Gallica. So this should be good. This will be nice. We'll try to be nice to her, but I also kind of want to be silly with her. We should offer to hold hands with her since she seems to think that that's something that only people who are married do. Oh, Queen Katie with a pin message. Pinned by Vera said, Logan, I did delete the Spirit of Justice ones. That's why I said you can ask me if you need any since I have them downloaded. Okay, that's what it was. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I will double check because I think at one point after we finished, I downloaded at least half of them. I'll check to see where it left off and I will let you know. So thank you very much. I appreciate that, Queen Katie. I appreciate you having my back. All right. The sea looks different today. Maybe it's because I'm with you. Oh crap, she really likes us, doesn't she? I'm sorry, but I'm married to my pocket fairy.
Oh,
I'm sorry, whoa! She really does have the hots for us, wow. I've forgotten something very important. My virginity. I don't know what. Oh, bye. Oh, and that's it. That's the end of the hangout. Bye. Oh, her helmet. Oh, yes. Oh. It's back. Her helmet's back. I'm sorry to have kept you waiting, but all is well now. Shall we go? If I wasn't already in love with Gallica, yeah, this whole thing between her adorable line reads earlier in this, I can see why she ranks highly in the character stuff, huh?
Dang, tell that girl to step off. She don't need to be all upons like that. Sheesh, have some self-respect.
No, I think my life would be a lot easier, I think, if most girls out there did not have self-respect when it comes to confessing their feelings for me. I think it'd make my life a lot easier if girls were just like constantly confessing to me. But that's just me though. But thank you very much, Clam, for the 10 bits. I appreciate it. I'll say, well, yeah, I'm not gonna ask if it's part of the ritual because that'll give her an out. She'll be like, oh yeah, that's what it is. And I'll say, what's it for? What's it for, baby?
Hold on.
Why the mask all of a sudden?
In truth,
there is peril in gazing upon a smile such as mine. So by donning the mask, I am protecting you. What? Is she worried that we're gonna fall in love with her, that her smile is too bewitching? What does that mean? You see, Juno warned me that my smile was enough to knock everyone out. Oh, it's a misunderstanding. Oh my gosh, she is adorable. I'm still in love with Gallica, don't worry, but she is adorable.
that was a great help.
And thank goodness she did, as my carelessness just now might have killed you. I'm glad I remembered her words before letting myself grin. It's a turn of phrase. She didn't mean people would die. Oh crap, I wish we could play along. I wish we had an option to say, oh, thank you. I could already feel myself growing weaker. I'll say, yeah, she didn't mean people would die. Because, yeah, turn of a phrase, I feel like that's a bit rude. It's like, you didn't understand. She didn't mean people would die. Just get knocked out. If you knock out, you're not dead.
She didn't mean that people would actually die. Look at all these sweat droplets on my face.
Indeed.
What? Did I misunderstand? I thought surely she meant I was capable of a one-shot kill with a mere smile. I suppose not, darn it. I felt so powerful. I felt so strong, like I could kill anyone. I am glad to have learned that I am not in truth. And I have you to thank for it. Now, I'll remove the mask because it is rather stuffy. Put it back on. I mean, you're cute, but the mask is cuter. You're just like, she's cute, but like in a generic anime girl type of a way. Were you able to make your wish? Me too! I wish with all my might that we may receive the dragon god's blessing as we set out to sea anew. It's largely symbolic now, but the festival actually started out as a ritual. On the eve of the fishing season's arrival, at the first vessels shoved off, we would set a dragon statue alight.
It's all right.
The flames and smoke became a beacon, guiding our fishers in the darkness, as the dragon god's protection would too. That was the idea. Now we only do it for special departures. Yeah, we'll be nice. I've enjoyed it.
I really enjoyed this festival.
I'm quite grateful.
I'm pleased to hear it. What did you wish for? Mine is the cutter, mine's forever. I want to see, okay, because she was like so into us. This is obviously not the canon date. I want to see what she says. If we say that ours was for you. I'm married to Gallica, but in this alternate timeline, my wish was for you, Yufa.
Honestly.
Actually, my wish was about you. I won't say what it was about. Maybe I wished that you would die.
Truly.
About me? Are you worried for me? I can't take a hint. I'm dumb. You are amazing.
Oh, you.
The first time I met you, I felt there was something special, truly deeply special about you, and now I know I wasn't mistaken. Hey, you're special too. You're special too. Oh, you think me special? Ooh, even in the slightest, then I'm happy.
I wanted her to like be all
I'm
flustered,
indebted to you now.
but she just like, that's nice. Darn it. Oh, and a pin message by Vero. Protagonist, you monster. Again, this is an alternate timeline. This is an alternate timeline where Gallica was tragically stepped on by somebody, which is very sad, but protagonist in this alternate timeline is single now. So I'm just saying. Let me read some more comments in the chat. Quickita says, oh yeah, for my fellow chat peeps, I've managed, I already read that earlier. Vera said it worked. Oak smiling, exclamation points. And Vera said, let's see. Oak says, speaking of Danganronpa, laughing. Quickita said, I was just saying, besides Danganronpa lol, that wasn't like much of a spoiler one. That was just like a little innocent, goofy cutscene. Vera said, laughing. Quickita said, and it's Danganronpa. Nora said, I looked away in case. Oak said, 'twas merely a puzzler. Vera said, I'm so against the theory. Wait, I'm so against the theory. In fact, if he dies, I'll make my Fidelio PFP wasted forever. Oh, that's right. I don't want him to die. I like I keep wanting to say Magus or manga. The Magnus brothers have really grown on me. Like, I really like them as characters. Queen said, I crave more wafers. Do not kill Yufa. Oh, Queen Katie, we haven't, but we are, when we erase this timeline, we're gonna break her heart. Vera said, mark my words. Oh, Tomaso! How you doing? Said, what about the timeline where we eat Gallica? I'm gonna be honest. If I actually ate Gallica, as much as I hate throwing up, I would force myself to vomit, to like, ugh. Unless you're talking like actually like cook her and like cut her up in little pieces, because then I think vomiting her up probably wouldn't save her life. But how you doing, Tomaso? I prefer not to think of that timeline because that is awful. As much as I every once in a while like to make a joke about Vor, I'm not into Vor. I just think it's like funny that that's a thing that some people are into. But again, Tomaso, how are you doing? Let me read just a couple more quick comments, then we'll get back into the game.
And is this a pant leg or a sleeve? Okay, it's a pant leg.
Oh, it's got to be one of the times I had to put on the Monokuma Kigurumi. Oh, and that's all it was. Is this a sleeve or a pant leg? Let me have a sip of water here for 1 second, though. Let's see, Vera said, mark my words. And there was Nora suggesting a poll, says, is Logan real? Yes, of course. No, of course. Chicken jockey, Logan is Robo, and don't trust him, and Vera salutes. And Ryota said, wish I had her on my shoulder sometimes. I wish too. I did. I told you guys, right? That I looked up, and because Kotobukiya is doing a Gallica like mini statue. They're saying it's a to scale statue, like all theirs are, but it's like that's actual size. This is that is how big she is, and it's coming out in November, and it's around I think $129, $139, something like that. I think I could save up that amount of money by November. I mean, it's a very selfish thing to spend that much money on. I'll probably feel super guilty after getting it, but I think I'm gonna get it. I think I'm gonna get it because I love Gallica. Let's play some more of the game here. It's so wonderful to have time to talk with you like this. Thank you very much for inviting me out. Actually, I have a gift for you. If I bring it to the inn, would you do me the honor of receiving it? Is she not allowed on the gauntlet? No, she's allowed on the gauntlet runner. Why is it over the inn? Or is it... Okay, you know how in Japan they have, like, hotels that are charged by the hour? If you know what I mean. Is this a different inn? Is this a love inn? Are we having a love inn at the love inn?
Actually...
It's a little keepsake from when I used to dance at festivals. I think it'll serve you well on your journey. I'll treasure it. I promise you I will treasure it always. Oh, it's not so much about the thing itself. I just want to give you something. I hope that the Maya voice for Yufa isn't scaring away lurkers. After Yufa gave me the gift, we return to the other. So it is a dancing
Crossier? I don't know what that is. I'm gonna Google that real quick. Hang on. Crossier. I think we've talked about this before. A hooked staff carried by a bishop is a symbol of pastoral office, or some type of staff we talked about before. So it's a staff. She gave me a long hard staff. That's the effect she has on protagonist. I should stop making dirty jokes. I told Ryota I was gonna do clean jokes. Nora said my first ever poll redeem. Oak said, Logan, you're very bad at flirting, but we forgive you. Okay, in real life, that's not what I'd be like. In real life, I'd be worse. Oak said to Nora, bro is lying. Nora said, wait, have I had one before? Oak says, yes. Nora said, what about? Oak said, I don't remember, but I vividly remember you doing a few poll redeems. What a wonderful moment where Logan's love interest gifts him an effing weapon on a date. I don't know. I think it'd be kind of neat. So? Oh, Gallica, you came back to life after someone stepped on you. I'm sorry, the protagonist just had a night at the Love Hotel with Yufa. We won't tell her what it was.
What now?
We won't tell her what we did. We'll just use a euphemism. Load the game! Okay, so I guess if nobody else has any other bribes, the next person is going to be Hulkenberg. So let's go ahead and reload, and we'll go and have a date with Hulkenberg. Oak said, imagine going on a date with someone and they hand you a katana. That's like a great gift! That's an awesome gift! Nora says, Oak, well, I mean, Risa gave me a bomb on our date. Nubly says, I love the accents in this game. Like, I love so much about this game. I feel like it doesn't seem to have caught on as much as like Persona, even though it's basically the same type of a game. And so part of me kind of worries when I eventually get around to posting the clips of this on like TikTok and YouTube and stuff like that.
Have you decided on someone?
But I really like this game. I'm enjoying it a lot. Okay, Hulkenberg, let me read one or two more comments though. Okay, to be honest, giving someone a katana is a green flag, see? And Nora said I keep reloading stream and forgetting I don't have a sub. Well, now you do. And Oak said, we can trust Logan, just not no gal. And Nora says, yeah. Okay, next up, Hulkenberg. All right. Let's see, and Oak says, I still haven't done my no-gal fan art. You haven't? I've seen you've done like a bunch of it. Said, I've done dark mode Logan, but not no-gal yet. Nora said, I made a 69, no one do anything. Shoot me neither, let's go. I wanna draw Juna. Well, the great thing is, as a sentient human being, you can. Nubly says, I don't think Rella has that much power within the church to be able to do anything. And yeah, because she does seem like one of the lackeys there. Like when they first met her and she was at the meeting and was like presented before Forden and his council of strong-jawed old men. But I don't know. There's some stuff I haven't really figured out yet. Wait, and Vera adds a quote, said, you hear that? Being a nice person is better than stammering while thinking about something smart to say, goon work. Honestly, I was trying to think what's a way to mention being a goon without using using the word like gooning. Cause like, and I don't think goon work is even that much better. And Oak said, this really is good and very emotional scene, but Basilio is so hot. Okay. Feasts are truly the most joyous occasions, are they not? And the food, a most wondrous parade of new delights, one after the other. Especially that dragon's tear, was it? The moment it graced my tongue, I was floating on a cloud, ascending towards the heavens. Okay, this seems a bit weird to me. Because I don't drink, I've never like had an alcoholic beverage or anything like that. I do remember that once when I was younger, my dad went to the store and bought a couple of things of O'Doul's. I think it was O'Doul's. Is that because it was like a non-alcoholic beer brand, and he kind of sat me and my brother down and was like, he's like, I don't want you guys to drink. I don't want you to like, get drunk or have underage drinking or anything like that. But I also don't want you to be like so tempted and curious as to what it tastes like. So here, take a quick sip of this so that you don't have to just go, oh, I really wonder what it tastes like. I'm so tempted, because that you can find out what it tastes like. And so he gave us each a little sip of a non-alcoholic O'Doul's, and it was disgusting. I mean, I already knew that beer smelled bad, but I didn't realize how bad it tastes. So like the idea of this fruit, it's alcoholic, is like, oh, it immediately tasted good. It's gotta be like an acquired taste, right? For those who drink, can you verify it's an acquired taste?
Alcohol doesn't taste pretty, it makes you feel pretty.
Okay, well in that case, because it was non-alcoholic, that's why I still don't feel pretty then. But thank you, Clam. I guess that's the way to look at it. But she's saying it tastes, but then again, she also likes bugs. So maybe that's how we know that it is authentic alcohol and it tastes bad. Or maybe it was drugs. I don't know. It still seemed a little vague on that. But thank you very much, Clam, for that very important distinction. And crap, we're already halfway through the stream. I don't know how it's happened. We're wasting so much time at this festival, but I'm really enjoying this. I'm having so much fun seeing all these different cutscenes. I most generously attempted to force Stroll to experience it, and he had the gall to say, "Get away from me, you lush." Why are all the like fun anecdotes from this about Stroll? And we didn't get to see any of these things. I still wish I could have seen him with using his arms as a sword fight between Juna and Yuffie. Oh wait, no, was it Yuffie and Juna or Yuffie and Hulkenberg? I can't remember. I never thought him so modest. Perhaps I've assumed too much about him. You sure you have that right? How drunk did you get, woman?
Hold on.
How drunk did that fruit get you?
Wait.
Such a baseless accusation. Me, a former royal knight, to think I would act so disgracefully. I would never.
No.
A moment. Oh, did I truly? Oh, preposterous. My dishonorable conduct witnessed by others. Forgive all you saw. Banish the memory from your mind. This is an order from a representative of the royal court. Time to commit Sudoku. Organ spewing out. Oh wait, crap, Sudoku was just a puzzle in the newspaper by the crossword. And that's how Hulkenberg died. Wait under the pillar of fire. I need but a moment. I shall splash some water on my face and will be there imminently. And you saw nothing this night. It's gonna be one of the things where she splashes the water in her face and looks up in the mirror and there's gonna be like a different face looking at her. It's gonna be protagonist's face going, "How drunk did you get?" And she's like, "No."
Swirling around my blueberry wine, it all depends on the alcohol and how you drink it.
Okay, maybe that's true. I mean, because I have heard people talk about having like overly fruity drinks. As I said, I don't drink, but I do feel like if I did drink, I'd be the guy who has like the really fruity, and I mean like fruit, like literal fruit flavored types of cocktails, because I have a sweet tooth. But instead, whenever I am like on a trip somewhere and I'm like hanging out with people and if they want to go to a bar, I'll usually either just get water for free, or if I'm feeling fancy, I'll get like a Shirley Temple. Or if I'm feeling like really fancy and it's a nice place, not just like a bar, I'll get a virgin pina colada. So I can enjoy the sweet fruits, but without the alcohol. But thank you so much for the 10 bits, Tiff. I appreciate it. Enjoy your blueberry wine. Blueberry is a really good taste. I'm excited. I think I mentioned before, I'm planning on having some blueberry muffins on Easter morning on Sunday. Bye, Hulkenberg. Enjoy your water splashing in your face. From what I understand, we're to write our wish on a piece of paper and cast it into the fire. Have you decided what you will ask for? That's a secret. I haven't decided. What about you? I don't want to say it's a secret, because I want to be able to tell her what it is. I want to pick something goofy. So I'm going to say I haven't decided yet.
Listen.
I haven't made my decision yet.
I see.
I see. We are the same then.
The truth is...
Truth be told, at first I was at a loss as to what I should wish for. But then I saw your face. And then I realized it. Perhaps I knew all along that this is what I wanted. In case you couldn't tell from that hint, I really want Shrek on DVD. If your decision has been made, let us write it down and cast it upon the flames. Dear Santa Claus, I want the first 3 Shrek movies in a DVD collection. And that's all we're to do. With this, the Dragon God should give us our desires an audience, or so they say. Oh, Clam says, dang, Shrek watch party when? Well, here's the thing, Clam, were you here for the you weren't here for the Dragon Temple, were you? Okay, if anybody is playing this and doesn't want actual spoilers, because we're just goofing off, I'm gonna wave my hands around like this while I'm saying something spoilery. And when I stop waving, you can like unplug your ears or something like that. So I'm just saying, like, according to the Dragon God, or the Dragon Temple Revelation, Shrek probably canonically existed in the past in this universe. So I'm just saying, we should have like another watch party. The last one we did was for the bad guys. Chad, if we did another watch party, what movie would you want to watch together over on Discord? It has to be something that is all age appropriate, like up to PG-13. So nothing like R-rated or inappropriate like that. Okay. Hey, Mantis, care to offer a guess as to what I wish for? The safety of the prince, everyone's safety. More food!
Sure.
Of course, you wished for a mountain of delicious food.
Oh crap, I see a notification that says Noobly cheered 1 bit. Thank you for that bit. TTS actually, I don't know if you did type to TTS. TTS actually only works for 10 bits. I have that written in the chat, not the chat, the stream title here on Twitch. I think, yeah, still there, 10 bits equals TTS. I'm so sorry if you wasted that bit. If you were trying to do a TTS, let me see if there was anything. I can't see if there was anything written with it. Wait, let me do that. Oh, there we go. It says the Prince of Egypt is better than Shrek. Okay, I feel bad saying this. I've never actually seen Prince of Egypt. It looks like a good movie. I've seen like some clips of it. The animation looks fantastic. And as a general rule, to be honest, I kind of am more favorably disposed toward hand-drawn animation as opposed to CGI animation. And so I feel like you may be telling the truth. But thank you so much for the bit. I'm sorry that didn't work out. I just happened to glance over and I saw a little thing here saying that you cheered a bit. But thank you very much. I do appreciate that. Of course, you wished for a mountain of delicious food.
What?
Is your opinion of me so low? No, I suppose it's not inaccurate to say I couldn't refuse a divine cornucopia. At first, I considered wishing solely for His Highness's safety, but I thought that it would be appropriate to ask for more. So I asked for His Highness's safety and a cornucopia of food. I wish not only for the prince's safety, but for you and all of our comrades. What I wished for is victory. That's right, Vera, that's the 3rd season of the Transformers anime after the US stopped producing G1 seasons. Transformers Victory starring Star Saber and Deathsaurus. Perhaps I ask too much, but I think being in your company long enough has taught me that we must dream recklessly, I'd thought myself a mere knight protecting the prince, yet now I find myself under your Aegis. Episode Aegis the answer instead. How do you say that word? Aegis? Aegis? I don't know how to pronounce that. To return that protection tenfold gives me new strength every day. Let me catch up in the chat a bit more. I feel like I'm falling further behind. I haven't seen a timestamp recently. We're already like 50 minutes away from the 2-hour mark, so we're quite a ways into stream already. Nora says, hi, Juna. Oak said, this is making me really wish I had Metaphor to play it. Nora said, me too, I'm working on it. Oak said, but I've probably been spoiled on Metaphor too much from these streams. Like, playing the game can still be enjoyable. I mean, a lot of you guys have done multiple playthroughs of games before, right? Oak says, but it's still very fun. Clam said, baby doing good. We went swimming for the first time. Vera says, all fun. Oak says, quote, I'm loving it. That's how we know the McDonald's collab is real. Oak says, bop, bop, ba da ba ba. I'm loving it. There we go. Thank you very much, Oak. Nora said, there isn't a tune for I'm loving it. Well, there is, because you say it to like he said, the ba-ba-da-ba-ba, there, and that goes into it. And then Nora said, but there's ba-ba-da-ba-ba. Oak said, there's a tune before, but I'm loving it is just spoken. Well, it's kind of one thing. Nora said, I love Juna, yikes. Vera says, oh no. Nora says, oh dear. Oak said, oh crap, this is so cool. Crystal says, yikes. Oak says, I'm deeply invested in the game. Oh, that must have been when Fidelio turned around and was like, are you gonna kill Luis? You're gonna kill him. You're gonna kill Luis. Noobly says, I hate Forden. I'm not a fan of Forden. I have a hard time deciding who I hate more in this game, Forden or Luis, because we know all the awful things that Luis has done. But I feel like a lot of him is still... It's a slate that we haven't... I would call him a blank slate, but I'm sure there's something there, but we just haven't seen it yet. And so I'm trying to hold off judgment on what I think of Luis as a villain until we get more of his backstory. Because we got a little bit of a hint with the fact that he has the same novel as us in his library. Crystal says, Forden? We don't know no Forden. Oak said, bro, I really hope Persona 6 will be as good as Metaphor looks. I don't see how they'd go backwards. Vera said, too bad, I was too stunned to clip it. Wait, too stunned to clip what? Noobly said, Xenoblade has some robots in it. I recommend starting with Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition on Switch. Well, I do have a Switch. So that works out quite well then. Is the Definitive Edition on Steam though? Just because like sometimes Steam games are cheaper. Oak said, wait, nobody actually quoted that? We need to quote that. And then Vera with the timestamp 56:21. Oh crap. I'm over 45 minutes behind. That is not good. That is not good. For those who are lurking on YouTube, I'm sorry that I'm spending so much time reading a chat that you guys can't even see by reading this Twitch chat, but I'm behind. Oak says, add quote, stop gobbling up those balls, Hulkenberg. Leave some for the rest of us. And then Vera adds the quote. Oak says, incredible quote. Vera says, Basilio looks horrified. Oh gosh, I hate this sprite. Vera with a broken heart. Oak says, holy crap. Vera says, this hurts. Queen Katie says, ah. Ryota says, gosh, these voice actors are insane. Like they are really good. Which is interesting too, because like, I feel like in most video games I play, it's like, there's Bryce Papenbrook again. Oh, there's Yuri Lowenthal again. But a lot of these voice actors I don't really recognize from anything. But they're turning in like real top tier performances. Oak said, this is like Persona 3, but I wasn't spoiled on it before. Noobly with a deleted message. Hang on. Okay. Before I read that, is that because it was a timeout or was that an accidental spoiler? Vero, can you do a pin message to let me know? I'll stop there in the chat for right now. I know better than to read stuff that's crossed out unless I know first about that. Oh, there we go. Vera says spoiler. Thank you for the pin message. So I will skip over that. But thank you very much, Noobly, for whatever the comment was. But yeah, I do have my theory about a lot of stuff. And so maybe I said something that was like implying that I knew something that I didn't know. I don't know. Oak says, oh my gosh. Queen Gator said, I want Heismay. He is an option. Okay, well, I think Heismay is probably next. Oak said to Noobly, wait, isn't this a spoiler though? Noobly says yes. And Nora said, are you planning to kill Count Louis? Silence. And then my phone just freaking died. Are you kidding? Quiggy says, can we nuke this message? Lol, it's a mega spoiler for Logan. Noobly says, very tiny spoiler. Well, all the same, I do try to avoid any and all spoilers, big or small. I try to go into these as blind as possible. Quiggy said, well, not mega, but still, Logan was big guessing on that. Okay, so it is something that I've guessed about. Oak says to Vero, we might not delete that message. We might need to delete that message just to be safe. Nora said, what'd she say? What happened? Vero said, don't worry, I got it. Oh, and also Noobly, I just wanted to make sure, in case you can't tell, like, I'm not like angry if you typed a spoiler in or anything like that, because clearly we took care of it. It's all good. We're set. And Oak says to Noobly, no worries. We just want Logan to be completely blind. Yeah, see? And Vera said, don't worry, I got it. There we go. So let's play a little bit more. That is, hold a moment, Mantis. Oh, goodbye. I'm eating bugs. Oh. A most fortuitous find. An exceptional piece of driftwood. Balanced most perfectly for swinging in an arc. That's right, protagonist. After our date, I'm giving you wood.
Fret not.
Oh, and I'll carve it into a fine weapon. I believe it'll prove to be most useful. It seems strong. It looks... And I am sorry I've done so many dirty jokes. I think it's because there are all these dates. You go on a date, romantic situation, you do dirty jokes. I need to go back to being clean and innocent. It looks strong. Hearing that ensured the effort will be well worth it. I had sweat droplets on my face saying that. I shall bear you in mind as I craft it, like a smith of bespoke blades.
Let us go.
But like the next time when we're going to bed, it'll be done. How quick is she with her woods craftsmanship? Now then, shall we return to the runner? I have an axe there that is ideally suited for this task. We returned to where everyone else had gathered, and Hulkenberg presented me with the gift she had crafted. A driftwood lance. I hope it just like looks like a plank or something, but we're never gonna see it because we're erasing this from the timeline. So it sounds like Heismay is gonna be next. Nora said, what did Juna say? What did I miss? My phone hated me. In the cutscene here. She denied well, actually, she didn't even deny the allegation. She deflected and dodged the question. So? But we haven't done her date yet, so you haven't missed anything, Nora. Noobly says, all right. Oak says to Nora, you missed so much tension. Nora said, what happened, bro? Let's go ahead and reload again. So we still got Heismay, Juna, and I think that might be it. Just 2 more of these dates left, and we'll finally be able to advance the game. We spent almost 2 hours repeating one single cutscene, but I'm enjoying this. I'm having fun seeing all these. So yeah, fast forward. Let's see, Vera said, I just said 2 because no one ever says they're fans of me here laughing. Oak said to Vero, add an extra Stroll fan. I love Stroll! And there was Tiff with a 500 bits. And Oak says, holy crap. Noobly says, I'm a Stroll fan. I want him to kiss the MC. Vera said, Tiff laughing. Quiggy says, yes, Nora. Vera said, Noobly and Oak are the 2 fans. And Ryota says to Nora, he went back to see different paths, but saved on the canon play, I think. Yes, so Gallica is still this playthrough's canonical... It's our canon event. It's the type of thing that Spider-Man 2099 would say, no, do not try to change that. But we can still, like, explore with our friends. So yeah, we have Heismay, Juna, and then that's it. So we have 2 more. Next is Heismay's Crybaby Heismay. Vera says, yes. Oak says, it's insane how Logan is able to do such good British voices. Are they good? I remember one time, a few years back, I was at a convention, and I was having dinner with a bunch of my friends, including one of whom was from... the UK, is from England specifically. And we're talking, and I did a little thing in a little fake British accent. And he looked at me and just told me it was like an awful accent. So to native British people, it might not be so good. Oak says, like, Strolls is just his Akihiko voice, but British. It sounds weirdly natural. And we got to use that for old Greg over in Ace Attorney Investigations. Vera said, I wish he was better with German, though. I enjoy doing my German accent, even if Kim says it's very inaccurate to German. Oak says, no, it's funny with his bad German accent. Oak says, whoa, Tomaso said, hey, Logan, how you doing there? Is where Tomaso came in. So hopefully I'm slowly catching up. How you doing, Tomaso? Quike says he for gore. Oak said, Tiff, the goat for real, for real. Vera said, Logan, if you see this, try an Irish accent. What Irish accent is what we try to do for Barden, or as we call him, Frank. Is that good? So, just for no reason. Okay, just for no reason. That was my Irish accent. Darren, I know I've told the story before on stream. One time my agent got me booked on the weirdest job ever. So there was a conference of some kind that was in town here. And they had rented out 3 ballrooms at this big hotel for their conference. And they were trying to hire some actors to like do things for them. And I'm like, okay, so what do they want to hire me for? And my agent's like, well, they've got 3 different rooms and each room is themed around a different country. And for example, one of them is the Mexico room. And so everything there is Mexico themed. They have like a mariachi band they hired. They had a taco bar. They had all these things to try and like feel like, oh, all these special things that have to do with Mexico. And like, okay. And they said, well, they want you for the Irish room. I'm like, okay, so what's in the Irish room? And it's like, they've got nothing. They've got nothing. They picked the Irish room before they decided they're going to have a bar with Guinness. And they're going to play some U2 music because Bono is Irish. And so they just want to hire you to pretend to be Irish. I mean, I am technically a citizen of Ireland. I do have dual citizenship with both the United States and Ireland because like my dad's side of the family. But so they just hired me to spend like 3 hours wandering around this room talking to people and pretending to be Irish. And it was like the weirdest thing because they're like, just whatever you do, don't break character. If they ask questions about Ireland, just make up crap. I'm like, okay. So that's what I was hired to do. All right. The gentle rhythm of the waves produces a most soothing sound. A far cry, crying like you do, Heisman, cry, baby, from the noise and pomp of the feast. My apologies. My nose has been running since earlier for whatever reason. I don't know why. Oh, it's running. Why tears are welling in my eyes, and why I have big red swollen bags under my eyes. My eyes feel unusually sore as well. Oh, he said it. After we partook of the dish, what was it? The dragon's tear? My memories became quite hazy from that point. Could you help me recall what happened? Your eyes are... You cried. You cried, baby Heisme.
Well,
you cried again. You poured your heart out through your tears.
I see.
I thought as much. It appears as though I've embarrassed myself in front of you. Again. I cannot deny I enjoy a good drink more than most. I've made a habit of carrying a bottle with me. Consequently, I did not think it possible for me to lose myself in a single serving. Oh, it may be safe to assume that the fruit was what inspired our minds to become so, liberated. Sorry for the nudity as well. Alcohol doesn't hold a candle to it. I must politely refuse any further helpings, but I wouldn't say no to sitting down with you for a drink at some point, Well, we're 18, which in this universe, maybe that's old enough to drink. What did we decide is the drinking age in Japan is 20? And this is, I think, technically Japan. Of course, only once you have a few more years behind you. There we go. And are capable of appreciating a fine drink's flavor. So, that is the famed pillar of fire. You know, I fell into a burning ring of fire. Anyway, that's Johnny Cash. You wouldn't know him. It's before your time. As I understand it, if we're to make our wishes a reality, all we need to do is write them down on a paper and cast them into the blaze. I'm not the type to beg for the gods' favor, but it will be rude to disrespect our host's beliefs, so I'll partake in the ritual. That should be it. Next, we ought to offer a prayer to the dragon god. Surely we're not offering prayers to that human we subdued, are we? Once is fine, but let's not make a habit of showering devotion upon our foes. Yes, that's not quite it. It might grant our wishes. It does seem powerful, though. Let me read a couple more comments in the chat, though. Let's see. Oak said, Logan, if you see that, don't try an Irish accent. No, it's too late, Oak. Oak said, I'm trying to make Logan feel conflicted in the future. You're making me have regrets. Vera said, devil and angel on shoulder core. Oak said, yeah, Logan eyes look more blue than normal in that shirt. Is it more blue? For some reason, I thought it was like that makes him look less blue. But it's more blue? Ryota said, nah, I'm still here. I'm glad to see you're here, because hopefully that means you're not regretting your follow. Quick said, I always get nervous. Ryota, I gotta be honest. And any other new friends here. I have vicious imposter syndrome. Every day I wake up, it's like, this is gonna be the day. Everyone's gonna realize I'm not worth hanging out. Quick said, but hearing Devil and Angel on shoulders reminded me of the Baldur's Gate 3 days. Did you guys see the video I posted on Discord that they got their final patch? They finally added all the new content, patch 8, I think, and they had a cute little video that went along with it. Ryota says, I hope it don't throw off the chat dynamic. No, oh no, you're doing great, Ryota. Join in, chime in, chat with everybody. You're great. Tiff said, Logan, if you see this, keep being yourself. Aw, with a little heart. I mean, who else would want to be you anyway? Let me pull this knife out of my chest. /LH. Thank you, Tiff. Vera said, nah, you're welcome here. Oak said, no, it's always great having new people. I agree. I always love meeting new people. I'm always like a little bit worried though, because sometimes we meet new people and they're here for one stream and then we never see them again. And I like it when people come back and I get to know them, huh?
LOL, that was a good one. High five me.
Thank you for the 10 bits, Clam. Wait, why are we high-fiving you? Or is Tiff supposed to high-five you? Or did you, like, send that to Tiff? Because that was a good one. That was a real good one, Tiff, like, legit. But thank you very much for the 10 bits, Clam. I appreciate it. Let's see. And Vera said, if you're giving me the option, I want him to be Megatron. Shrug. It'd be awesome to see Megatron gaming. Wait, crap. What was I asking about that you wanted to... saying to Tiff...
For that quality Logan diss.
Yes, that was an excellent. There's a fine vintage of diss that you got there. But thank you very much, Clam, for the 10 bits. And I hope you do get a high five from Tiff. Okay, and Vera was saying, want me to be Megatron. I've told you, Vera, I'm sorry. I'm more of a Galvatron type of a guy. Noobly with a highlighted message saying, if his son is dead, of course Heismay's a crybaby. I know. I went off on a tangent one time, jokingly making fun of him for being a crybaby, and ever since then, it's stuck. I love running gags. They probably make no sense to new people, but it's why... Okay, one of them has become a problem, though, because in my normal day-to-day real life the other day, like going to work, real life, heard somebody use the word duty. And I was this close to doing our stupid duty thing that we do. So I gotta be more careful with some of these running jokes. Hang on, let me have a sip of water. Okay, we're gonna say it does seem powerful, though. It was pretty powerful. Maybe it could grant wishes. Well, considering that we proved to be even stronger, we shouldn't need its help to manifest our wishes, no? You think Heismay is gonna wish that his kid isn't dead anymore?
But...
Upon further thought, perhaps we shouldn't address our wishes to the Dragon God, whom we've only the most tenuous of connections with. Our wishes should belong to us alone.
Okay, I kind of like that. That's sweet. That's nice. With the papa?
This implies that yes, you would read puzzles in a random target aisle and think Vero.
Okay, that I'm also worried about. Because that is like seriously happening in chat when people talk about literal puzzles. My brain's autocorrect and autopilot, the cruise control, whatever you want to call it, is getting a little bit out of hand. But thank you very much for the 10 bits, Vero. I do appreciate that. And that is, again, more true than you probably realize.
We already know of a power that is always at our side and provides us with strength. Yes, we should offer our wishes to our archetypes.
Or like the giant, Majora's Mask face in the sky.
Perhaps I'm just intoxicated by the merging of sea and flame.
No, you're intoxicated by the booze, bro. You broke down crying again back there.
But I feel as though my soul has been laid bare and the blemishes upon it have been corrected. The true benefit of these festivals is the introspection they inspire in their quietest moments, I think. Oh, and I'd almost forgotten I have a gift for you. It's some of my kids' bones and ash. You should get a small urn. I'm gonna share it with everybody. Why should I be the only person with a dead son? You can all have a little bit of my dead kid.
I polished an old sword of mine. I believe you may be able to make masterful use of it. Thank you. Can I, though? I'm not confident in my ability to wield it. I found purpose in serving as your blade, but there may be a time when I'm unable to assist you. Not because it's like the future and I've died. I'm saying, like, what if I'm on the toilet or something? Like, as if I'm in the middle of, like, you know, doing my business, I'm not going to suddenly, like, you know, just run out of there without wiping or something like that. It's gross. Don't expect me to do that. Huh, what?
Drunk Baghdad cries about his dead son.
Basically, yeah. But again, it is justified. Let's be honest, that is a sad thing that happened. And we did just recently get his remains back from the village that hid them. So he shouldn't be sad anymore, right? But thank you very much for the 10 bits, Noobly. I appreciate it. There may be a time when I'm unable to assist you. In those moments, I hope that my sword may offer you protection in my stead. It's not an overly sentimental idea, is it? Perhaps the influence of the dragon's tear yet clouds my mind. After receiving his gift, let's see what it's called. Silence. That's actually a pretty cool name for a sword. Silence. I wonder if these weapons have, like, special abilities with them. See, Oak says, Juna said for real. That's how you know she's Ryuji. Vera said F. Heismei's son. Vera said Hall of Fame comment. Oak said Heismei's such a crybaby. Tiff says to Vero, you're so right, Logan. Forget everything you told.
5 reference. Nice you did a Simon voice.
It seemed appropriate. Oh! Huh?
Just don't have a dead son skill issue.
Okay, well, a couple things. First of all, thank you, Tiff, for the objection. Thank you, Vero, for those first set of 10 bits. And just luring me in for that, I guess. Or did you and Tiff work together? But yes, that was the Blackwell voice. And Noobly, I mean, I feel like in that case, I don't have any skill issue because I don't have a dead son. Partially because I don't have any sons. I don't have any kids. I feel like I would need a woman in my life in order to make that happen. But I don't have a dead son. So I am doing better than Heismei by that metric. So thank you very much, Noobly, for the 10 bits. I appreciate that. And Tiff was saying, you're so right, Logan. Forget everything we told you and become Megatron Gaming. Now I need to work on like a Megatron voice because like I don't think I can. I've never tried to do it. It seems like it'd be hard, but maybe I should try that sometime. Again, I'm more of a Galvatron guy. But Oak says to Vero, thank you, Vero. Noobly said Heismei has depression. Oak says Megatron Gaming, it'll kill his throat. Weedle says Stinky Man, how you doing, Weedle? I read your boo earlier, but how you doing, Weedle? Oak says Weedle. Vero says welcome. Oak says, oh, for all the new people, I figure you should see this. Okay, yeah, that's that quote. Tiff says, every time someone says the Magnus Brothers, I get TMA flashback. That's the Magnus Archives, right? Not too much information or something like that. Okay, we got one more of these dates to do, and then we'll be able to finally move on. So, system, load. It's just Juna left. So is Nora still here to see Juna's date? Let's see. Queen Kitty says, same law. Vera said, I get Transformers flashbacks. Queen Kitty said, I think I'll listen to some TMA tonight after stream. Oak said, no, she's definitely lovers, but she said for real. So she's Ryuji now. I almost said Ryoji. Ryuji now. Queen Kitty said, have some spooky before the sleep, lol. Oak said, maybe Ryuji is her distant grandfather. Vera says, An says for real a lot too. Oak said, because this is the future. Wait, what is a Vero? I wasn't paying attention. Nora said, I'm so sad, I can't draw. Queen Kitty said, I was referring to Norris's butt. Oh, there you go. Oak says, awesome. Noobly said, I'm gonna go take a quick walk. BRBC when you get back, Noobly. I'm assuming since you did the TTS that you're back. I hope the walk was good. There's a timestamp from Oak, 1:12:12. I'm still like 45 minutes behind, and I've been reading a lot of chat. Okay, last date with Juna. Nora said, well, time to do a drawing for the one Hulkenberg fan in chat, me. Vera said, see you when you get back. Oak says to Nora, no, I love Hulkenberger. Oak said, mostly because she's silly and burger. Noobly says, I'm back, pre-roll ads are annoying. I'm sorry, I wish I could turn off all ads. I know that they give you money, but let's be honest, like the amount of money I get from pre-roll ads is negligible. Every month I get like 8 cents from them. I don't need that, huh? Oh, apparently that TTS had a naughty no-no word in it, and TTS girl is not saying it. Tiff says TMA is too much. We'll say but, and then lip bite, ah ha ha ha, I'm so sorry, that was bad, I'll go. It's okay, I know it was the Magnus Archives, but maybe the Magnus Archives itself does have too much of the bouquet for a podcast? Is that what it is? But thank you so much for the 10 bits, Tiv. And you don't have to leave, you can stay. Two people walking side by side, enveloped by the sound of waves as the sun kissed to rise and disappears into the darkness of a starry sky stretched overhead. I wonder what the others would think if they saw us like this. Siblings or something. Parent and child, maybe, because she's a baby. That we had something special. I'm gonna say parent and child. You're my mom. You're my mom, I'm your kid. They probably think we look like a parent and child. That is the logical conclusion.
Hold on.
Now, hold on. Which one of us would be the parent? You're not supposing I would be, are you? I do wonder, though, what's going to happen when you find that special someone. I've already found her. She's in my pocket right now, listening to everything we're saying. I suppose I stand as much a chance as any other. No, Juna, no. The sticking out tongue thing is adorable, but no. Especially not the way that your arm is clipping through your solid state hair. But shall we head to the fire? Wouldn't want the others to worry if we're not back before dark. Honestly, with all these dates, I'm kind of surprised they don't have romance options in this game. Why leave that out? That would have been really fun. Maybe they just didn't want to force them into the follower bonds storylines or something, but it would have been nice to have I like games that have romance. I'm not a big shipper, but I always think it's a fun game mechanic, you know? Wow, I can sense the magla flowing through these flames.
Yep.
I'm not really one to beg a deity for anything, but given the situation we're in, anything's worth a try. You don't pray? You dislike the idea of praying for help? In my follower bond with Yufa, we found a Yujif whose mom is dying because of prayer. Well, nothing against it per se. I just prefer to take action than to leave it in someone else's hands, no matter how godly. Not to say I think I'm some sort of superwoman, that I can bend fate to work out exactly as I want to. Being Rella's little sister, becoming a songstress, helping the prince, meeting you, and standing here now. You can't chalk all that up to sheer force of will. There's got to be a grander power that's guiding me along, no matter how gently.
Got it?
So let's get to it, shall we? We're gonna pray to the dragon god for our efforts to bear fruit.
And?
This give me flashbacks to, oh crap, what was her name? When we played Pokemon Violent, when we always wanted a fruitful battle. Wait, why is the paper so puny? What the, huh?
I only want romance if I can romance the guys.
Well, I don't see any reason why that you shouldn't be able to have both of them. Let the player choose. One of my favorite games, romance stuff, and it is a bit weird because a lot of the romance ended up being very shallow because of it, but games like Skyrim, where you can romance anybody, or Dragon's Dogma, Dark Arisen, the first one, although the implementation of it in the original base vanilla version of the game kind of sucked, but yeah, just romance anybody. Anybody you want. Oh wait, what's this? Vero added permitted term, Obsidilfian. Why, you can't even put DILF in the middle of somebody. You can't even shove a DILF right in the middle of a person in Twitch anymore. What is wrong, Twitch Bezos? But thank you very much, Noobly, for the 10 bits. And yeah, romance anybody, romance everybody. That's why I even though I chose in Persona 4 to have Protag romance Chie, I was a little bit disappointed when people were saying oh, they were going to have the option for Yusuke for people, but took that out. It's why not have the options for just whom? Wait, did I say Yusuke or did I say Yosuke? Yosuke, I meant to say, not Yusuke. But yes, thank you very much for the 10 bits, Noobly, and thank you for the pin message, Vero. Wait, why is the paper so puny? You don't expect me to fit my every wish in such a small space, do you? She's gonna have a laundry list of wishes. It's late, isn't it? But hey, can I perhaps stay with you a little longer? There's something I want to give you, Mantis.
Well?
It's nothing so special. I just wanted you to know I appreciate that you're always doing your best. I picked out something I thought would suit you. You stop building it up, woman. Go talk to the dog so we can have a dramatic cutscene. You're the one building it up. If you keep up this pace, who knows? Maybe one day you'll be a man strong enough to be worthy of me. Don't keep me waiting.
Bye.
In that case, I'm going to stop going to the gym. There, now we can head back. I had it to you. Didn't see it. It's really tiny. Judah gave me a gift. We returned to the group. What's her thing? Isn't it a fan? That's like her, right? Oh, a stylish fan for the masked dancer. Okay. So we've done all of them. I'd love to hear which ones were your favorites. As I said, Gallica is going to be our canon one, so I'm going to load into the save where we had the Gallica one. Because I still love Gallica. With the ba-ba-ba.
Atlas are too cowardly to let us be gay.
To be honest, it probably takes a great deal of bravery for two dudes to smooch it together. But, and maybe, I don't, because like somebody had said before that they thought it was because it's like not as accepted in Japan, but like anime has gay characters like all the time. So I don't know. Maybe like too many of the gay characters like joke characters and they didn't want the protagonist. But then again, then there's also weird crap like you guys told me that in Persona 4 Portable, is that the one with female protagonist? You guys said that what's her canon name? Kotone? That she's able to date Ken, which I feel like that's markedly worse. But thank you very much for the 10 bits, Noobly. I appreciate it. So okay, let's get out of here. Let's load up our old save. There we go. And go up system, load in here, load in the proper canon timeline where we have dated Gallica. Vera said, yes, my favorite game, Persona. Oh, did I say Persona 4 Portable? Persona 3 Portable. I'm sorry. I am going to double check really quickly to make sure that we do have the correct timeline here by going over to weapons. And there we go, Whalebone Rod. A staff given by Gallica, crafted from the bones of a whale that was large enough to swallow an island. Okay, and she knows that just because it washed on shore? How big was this thing? Is that like a reference to something? Small MP recovery every turn in battle. Oh, that's good. That's real good. I like that. All right, we're back. Let's talk to everybody and rub it in how we didn't date any of them. We dated Gallica instead. Hey, Stroll, how you doing?
Well,
I just hope we can get out of here without being attacked. Okay, what about you, Yufa? You were second.
I beg your pardon.
Well, Matthias! Oh, it's so strange. For a moment, I felt like we had gone on a date, but apparently it didn't happen. Since we'll be journeying together for some time, I want to thank you for having me. I'm sad to leave my brother, and I'll miss him dearly, but I know in my heart that this will be a grand adventure.
Okay, it was next. Who is next? I think next was, oh no, we did Norris. That's right, before Hulkenberg. That's why we're missing somebody. Hulkenberg. Yes. I cannot have my stomach grumbling while afield. I should buy myself a small ration of something before we depart. The trouble is finding a food that will not spoil. What about bugs? They're already gross. Haismay, when we first arrived, I never thought we'd be making the journey to Altabury with hope in our hearts. Let the waves rock us then. We will prepare ourselves for the trials to come. Juna? I hope the brothers are okay. Do you think she told us what happened out there? I feel like unless we see a cutscene with her explaining this to us, that we just don't know that happened. And I'm worried about them. I don't think they know the particulars of our plan, but we can't let our guard down. On the one hand, I feel like she should tell us that Fidelia was like, you gonna kill Count Luis? But then again, the way Stroll was saying before that we can't trust them, maybe it is best if we keep this a secret from some peeps in our party. Some party peeps. Huh?
Trust me, Yufa, you're not the only one who gonna miss you, brother. Medini, drooling face emoji.
I feel like the two of you are going to miss Adeni for different reasons, though. But thank you very much for the 10 bits, and for always reminding us. Whomst chat doth thirst after. But let me do a few more comments to the chat because I'm still so far behind. By the way, we're apparently less than 15 minutes away from the point where Oak said that we have to have a McDonald's meal or something like that. But okay, let's see, where did I live off? Oak says, yeah, I still think Longa should change ad settings to have mid-roll ads and just set them to be very infrequent and short. Maybe I should. I hate that. I wish I could just turn them all off. I feel like it's Twitch saying, no, this is where we get our money. We're not going to let you not have this. Oak says, oh, wow, because there's where Vero gifted the sub to Noobly. Vera said, oh my gosh, almost nice. Oak said, Vero, almost at 69 subs. Noobly said, let's go. Nora said, whoa, fire. Oak said, I think the lowest you can go is 30-second ads every hour. I mean, that's still like at least 3, and then if we go over 3 hours, there's gonna be a 4th. I guess maybe it wouldn't be that bad. Noobly says, thank you. Vera says, I gotcha. Noobly says, I joined Discord. Oh, nice. It is a small community, but we have some really awesome people there. And we post a schedule every Monday. And every Monday, then Weedle bemoans that we are not playing a game, which we did just play on the 1st. Nora says, whoa. Quiggita said, was that you, Vero? Nora says, Batman, thank you. Oak said, and it'll tell you. So if you want to catch, you can take a break whenever there's an ad break and read chat maybe. I feel like what I ought to do is like give special, because like subscribers won't see the ad. I should give special subscriber content during those 30 seconds. Oak says, yoga. Nora says, or was it Vero? Oak said, I don't have money. Vera said, nope, it was Batman. Nora said, let's go. Queen says, dang lol. Queen said, the guys at the gym, whoa, he has a sticker of that one fairy from Zelda. That's probably what it is. Sometimes I'll see people with like cool stickers that I don't know what to say. Like I was at the credit union that I have my car loan through. And I think that's where it was. And the lady behind the counter had like a thermos with all these like nerdy stickers on it. And like I want to say something, but it's weird to say something to the person at the bank. Oak says, Logan would be so menacing walking up to the gym with a Gallica water bottle. Crystal says, doing awesome, doing some simping. Who? For whomst, Crystal? Because last I saw you were playing Minecraft. And I don't think there's a lot of female like NPCs in Minecraft. Oak says, aura. Oak says, nice. Oak says, words cannot describe how much I love Mantis' voice. It's so not menacing. I love it. Vera said, he endears me so much with that voice, makes me want to eat him. Oak says, puzzles, what? Oh, sorry, I actually read what Oak said, because I'm trying to get better. Vero, what? Vera said, Mantis in my tummy. Oak said, Vero, are you a cannibal? Vera said, if I'm endeared enough, yes. Do we need to worry? Are there people in chat you've been endeared to and you want to try and eat? Oak said, who else are you endeared to enough to resort to cannibalism? There's Ghosty Donut saying, hello. Oh, Ghosty, are you still here? I don't know if you left or not, but it's so nice seeing you. So I read a couple of these comments.
And I gotta go. Granny's physical therapy is starting soon. See y'all next time. Logan Rate Prime, another Logan Rate Prime to flex.
Thank you so much for the 10 bits. Before you go, I'll have Grimlock say goodbye to you. Hey, let me grab him. Grimlock here. Vero, he keep threatening to drop me off of couch. No, Grimlock, you're just supposed to say goodbye. You're just supposed to say goodbye to him. Grimlock, just say goodbye to him. Just say goodbye to him. Goodbye, Vero. Me, Grimlock, not in danger at all. There. Everything is fine. Everything is nice. But thank you very much. And Vero, ow! Just like, I saw that like dance across the screen and it startled me. I didn't even hear the noise for it because I didn't have my earbuds in. But thank you very much, Tiff, for the Seekers. But Vero, you're doing good, important work by helping out your grandma after her surgery. So we're gonna miss you, but you have your priorities straight. So thank you for being here. Have a good one, Vero. And if you're able to come back afterward, we'd love to see you. But hopefully we'll see you next time. Bye, Vero. Oh, and a pin message Clam said, Grimlock, no dummy. Me, Grimlock King. There we go. You get it. You get it. Yeah, because Clam, this was so great. This is like a new Grimlock figure that I didn't think I was going to be able to afford. But the Target downtown, they were clearancing all their old Transformer stuff, and they accidentally put out some new product. And so he's like, for clearance prices, I'm like, I can afford that. So I yoinked him, and I'm happy. And let's see, gotta read some more in the chat, because there's where Ghosty Donut said hello. Oak says hello. Ghosty said the chat is worrying. Ryota says Gallica. Oak says we're evil, I apologize. Ghosty says I see that. Oak says Ghosty Donut's not ghostly. Ghosty says, I might change it to that. Quiggita said, Logan, I did delete, that was pinned earlier. And says, please pin that. Ghosty says, you're fine. I could do with either. I will try to remember to call you Ghosty. Except, crap, don't we know someone who's like named Ghosty VT for like a VTuber? I'm trying to remember. It's been a while since we've seen that one. Noobly says, can you eat ghost donuts? I think so. I think it's just a very light snack. It doesn't really put on a lot of weight or anything. Ghosty says, yes, but they go right through you. Oh, Ghosty. Okay, no, you're awesome. You're awesome. I love cheesy jokes like that. Please stay. Please be part of this community. I love that kind of crap. Oak says, immediately scaring off all our new friends. Tomaso said, we should have had the option to take everyone to join the festivities. Oh, like an all of us type of a thing? I guess that could have been fun. A little bit chaotic. Let's see, Noobly says, how long does he tend to stream for? Usually we aim for about 3 hours, because I feel like around that time, that's when everyone's winding down and going to bed. But sometimes we go over. The longest I think we've ever done with a normal stream was we went just like 5 minutes shy of 7 hours. Although one time, a very long time ago, I did do a 12-hour-long charity stream, but that was before we had anybody in this community. Let's see. Oak says 1:23:45. I'm an hour behind now. Like, slow mode is on. How am I an hour behind now? What type of slow mode is this? It's a full 30-second slow mode, and how am I getting further behind? Oak says to Noobly around 3 hours. Ghosty says, I'll be back when I finish getting home. I'm a Metaphor fan, yes, though. I'll tell you more about it when I get home. And if you're still on. Okay, so I don't know if you got home or not. I'll try to keep an eye out for that, and if I do see you, I'll try to tell you that I appreciated your joke. Queen Kitty said, okay, never mind, Logan. Didn't seem to see my message. Aw. Queen Kitty salutes. Oak says, ad quote, I'm sorry, but I'm married to my pocket. I thought I said married to the fairy in my pocket. Maybe I'm wrong. Or no, my pocket fairy. My pocket fairy. Noobly says, you can eat ghostly donuts. Queen Kitty said, she brought the helmet. Love. Vera said, she's endearing him. Queen Kitty says, Mary. Vera said, it's working. Queen Kitty says, I love her. Oak says, you for the goat. Nora says, cutie. Queen Kitty said, no wonder she's first place. Oak says, low-key, I love every character in this game. Like, this game is really good. I'm kind of, part of me is enjoying, especially the festival tonight with dragging my feet, because I'm like, I want this game to last as long as possible. Ryota says to Oak, same. Oak said, if I played Metaphor myself, I might like it more than the Persona games. Like in every Persona game, there are a few characters I don't really like Mitsuru. But everyone here is amazing. And her eyes and mask and Maya voice endear me, Ryota says to Oak. Like Maya Faye. Oh, yes, Ryota. I don't know if you've seen any of the Ace Attorney stuff we've done with Maya, but the voice I'm doing for, which isn't a good voice, but that I'm doing for Yufa is the voice that I first started doing as a Maya Faye voice. Yes. And Vera says, yup. And Nora says, yup. Vera said, this is the voice Logan used for Maya Faye when we played AA mainline games. Tomaso said, what about the timelines where we eat Calico? Vera said, Hall of Fame. Oak says, Ryota, yes, I love Logan's Maya Faye voice so much. I should probably unpin this message because I think Vero stepped away. And so there we go. Let's get back to the game. So we're finally almost 2.5 hours in the stream advancing the storyline. Oddly enough, I think I've noticed several lurkers leaving. It's like, no more festival dates? Okay, I guess we'll leave. I don't think they know the particulars of our plan, but we can't let our guard down. I'm gonna go tell them the particulars of our plan. I shouldn't go out right now. Why not? Morgana's not here to tell me I need to go to bed. Okay, so let's save. And I'm going to even keep staggering these more, just in case. And we'll go to bed, and hopefully in the next little over a half hour, we'll be able to get to another cutscene. Or not cutscene, excuse me, save point. I hope it's not going to be like a 3-hour-long cutscene. All right, going to bed. Should I call it a night? Hopefully we'll have a chance to like maybe read another chapter of our book with Gallica and increase our follower bond with her. Rest.
Good night.
Rest well.
Let's see, Vera says, Yakuza! I miss Yakuza 0. And the age of a new king draws near. Oak says, I'm gonna go get a Dr. Pepper. Clam says, I can't do it right now. Oak said, Logan is so far behind. Vera says, 1:32:18. Tomaso says, I'm doing good. Just been getting back to my normal routine, including streaming, after having to deal with a finger infection. Wait, had you told us about that before? Somebody else had, maybe had an infection too, but I hope you're doing better, Tomaso. I hope your finger's doing all right. Quickett said, would you reject every Transformer for the Gallica statue? No. Man's got to have his priorities. Vera said, like, romantically or reject every TF toy? I assume you meant, like, not have my toys. Quickett just says yes. Vera says, laughing. Noobly with a hydrate command. Thank you very much. I will do that right now. And Ryota says, nah, give us the dirty jokes. I'm trying to be nice, though. But I'm glad that you're not offended by them. And Nora says, Hulkenberg with hearts. Oak says, Logan, I know you made a tier list of all your favorite waifus from games, but there was that was before Gallica. Would you be number 1? No, actually, I didn't. Extemporaneous suggested that I do that, but I don't think I ever got around to it. At least I don't think I did. Did I? Or maybe I did, like, early on, and I need to update it. But I should do that again one of these days. Oak says, saying waifu physically pains me. I'm sorry, everyone. Quickett said sorry if I was a little quiet today. I was saving some real good AO3 fix for my phone. No, don't apologize. It's good having you here as much as you're able to. I should play some game, though. Because I think my just spending all this time only reading is probably not the most entertaining for lurkers. I must say, I'm sad to leave the island, if for no other reason than every meal here has been an utter delight. We do still, by the way, have one side quest that we didn't complete from this island. It doesn't have a deadline, but I think it was going to take like 4 days to get there. We do want to do it at some point, just in case on the way there we pass by another place, we take a picture for Maria, or if we get there and there's another Norris relic. So hopefully in the next area we have, in the time leading up to the dungeon deadline, whatever that's going to be, we'll be able to go do that. I'm almost certain you said the same thing when we left Brilehaven. And Martira! A new world of cuisine is but a few days away if you'll just be patient. Mind your tongue, Stroll. A few days is thrice as many meals.
Wow, you really are taking this hard. Well, when you've said your goodbyes to the people and the food, me to the Gauntlet Runner.
Okay, so I actually am going to get to control myself, or are we just going to cut over there? Probably the opportunity to like stock up on supplies. I suppose that worries me. Are we going to have another like sea monster boss fight? Do I need to buy anything before heading out?
Okay then.
When you're ready, everyone will be waiting for you at the Gauntlet Runner.
Will the townspeople have things to say to us? There's people chatting. Can we listen to the heated conversation? There are so many conversations happening here. Well, things have changed a great deal for us, yet the stone faces remain the same. Even though the chief dropped out of the tournament, we should have trusted his decision. To join it.
It was all in vain.
I hadn't considered his angle. Instead, I dismissed it as a hopeless endeavor. In trying to escape our own eyes, we put Lady Yufa and our chief through no shortage of suffering. Maybe we should go say goodbye to Adeni for Tiff's sake. I can see what a fool I've been. In the end, I defied our teachings. If ever there was a time to change, it's now. We need to stop closing ourselves off to the world. This doesn't sound like a heated conversation. This is people just being sad and regretful. The tournament brought new hope with it. Oh, you're not regretful. That Elder Boy's face has appeared on the rock. Indeed, we've always resented this country we're supposedly a part of. But if he becomes king, the people seem to have had a change of heart. Fan of thieves. Okay, so where was the, I think Adeni was over here, yeah? Wait, where? Am I going the wrong way?
That's how you want to play.
Where's the, I think I went the wrong way. I gotta look at the map.
All right, then.
Adeni, oh yeah, I did go the wrong way. Adeni is this way. Come on, Gallica. Yeah, hold on to my shoulder. Kick your legs. You're propelling me forward, Goyle. Pew! Wee-oo, wee-oo, wee-oo. We're almost there. Anybody to talk to down here? No, I don't see any new bubbles. Let's just talk to Adeni and then, oh, hang on, here's somebody new.
Isn't this a dilemma?
What do you have to say, pothead? Charitable woman.
Over here.
My, if it isn't the young traveler, what's the matter? Was your heart aching for the sound of my voice? I'm teasing you, not to worry. I won't be a nag. Enjoy the vegetables, dear. Oh, I thought you were going to give me great vegetables. You did not give me. The vegetables weren't great. They were non-existent. How you doing, Adeni?
Hello there.
Did you enjoy yourself yesterday? The village has not had a banquet in some time, so we truly tried to make it special. I can hardly remember the last time I heard such raucous laughter across the island. What you've done for us is truly priceless. In Etria, we shall no longer be an island that rejects all outside influence. Instead, we will welcome travelers regardless of tribe and see them off warmly. That is my vision for the island. I hope you'll come back soon and see how we're doing. You'll always be welcome. Oh, and please, I guess, take care of Yufa. Maybe it'd kind of suck if she died after we went to all that trouble to save her, you know? Or was that more of a sunken loss fallacy? I don't know. There's someone to talk to.
Hey, mister.
Hi, mister.
Thanks.
Great vegetables.
Great vegetable. I still haven't seen like what that is from because I did so little gardening in Persona 4. Somebody said that was from some streamer's playthrough that became like a meme or something like that. I need to look that up one of these days, but thank you very much for the 10 bits, Noobly. I appreciate it. And I do hope Tiff was still here to see that great bit of Adeni crumbs. I truly am glad you came to our island. With this victory, you're sure to be welcomed and accepted here. And from now on, if I have an opinion, I will not hesitate to give it voice. Prayer and hope alone accomplish nothing. That'll be my motto from now on. Hey, mister. Stop saying that to me every time I run past you, kiddo. All right, let's head to the Gauntlet Runner. And let's be off. Unless there's more people to talk to, like you, mural gazer. How strange. The mural I've seen all my life now seems like an entirely different work, as though it's a story of hope. I heard you fought with the dragon god, even if it was possessed by a human. What a tragedy that things came to such an end. If I might ask, was this your first time fighting a dragon? It wasn't! I fought one in the Nord mines and I chased it off.
Honestly.
No, the dragon god wasn't our first encounter with a dragon.
Well, truly, for someone outside our faith to not only encounter but survive a fight with multiple dragons, perhaps the cogs of fate are guiding you down a rare path, the destiny of a dragon slayer. Well, I didn't kill any of them. One of them turned into a stick, I think. Our island is not the only place with legends of dragons. Seek them out and face your fate with eyes wide open. Is that like hinting at some optional super boss or something like that? Okay, we're almost there. I guess I could fast travel there, but I think it's adorable seeing Gallica holding on for dear life and regretting her choices for hanging out with me. Oh, what are you guys chatting about? Oh, I can't listen in. Well, darn it. I wanted to impose on your privacy. What about you, placid man? Your group contains many people from different tribes, yes? I'm impressed you're all able to work together. And yes, you count a famous songstress amongst you, but truly, you're all just as colorful and unique as she. Oh, it's lovely. Well, thank you, buddy. That guy is not racist. He's the second not racist person we've met. Oh, what do you kids think? No, I don't want to talk to the Gauntlet Runner. I want to talk to Curious Boy. Curious Boy.
Mister. Hey, mister. Hey, that big boat of yours, what's its name? A Gauntlet Runner or some? I want one when I'm older.
I thought we were going to give it I thought he was going to like ask us to give it a real name. That would have been fun. We could have named it like Steve or Mark. Hey, oh, I heard what happened. Crap, I got to read some chat. I'm probably way behind. I got caught up in the game. When I was doing nothing but running the Gauntlet Runner. I will read some more chat because, yeah, I'm like 45 minutes behind in the chat. Oh, crap. Oh, no, it's this. It's 2.5 hour limit. Okay, thank you, Toilet Duck. I will save. But it's because Oak said that we're past the 2.5 hour mark, and at 2.5 hour, we need to do some sort of McDonald's collaboration or something like that. Let me see if I can find something to collaborate with McDonald's. Hang on, give me just a minute. Give me a minute. I'm gonna switch over to our starting soon screen for just a second, and I want to see. Do I still have? Hang on. I'm looking for something. Hang on. Here we go. Oh, no, that's the wrong one. Wait, why is that? That's not what it's supposed to be. Why is that a giant Gonta's bug wife? And what is that? I know I have like a thing here. Hang on. I'm trying to do a thing. This will be so worth it. You guys don't even know how worth it this is going to be. And crap, I had a thing. I used to have a thing here. And now, and I was even in the back of my brain thinking, oh, earlier, this is going to be so great. This is going to be so good and convenient and easy. And nothing is ever easy. Nothing ever goes right. Nothing ever goes the way you want. We're probably going to lose all of our lurkers now, but maybe it'll be worth it. Maybe it'll be so worth it. Hang on. Let me just check one more thing here. If I can't find it here, I know somewhere else I can look for it. And, come on. There we go. Aha. Look at this. Look at that. Hey, everybody. Can I take your order? We have a Minecraft meal that's going on. Yes, I know there are codes on the bottom of the boxes, so we can check to see which toy you're getting, but my manager says I'm not allowed to look through them to find you the specific toy you want. Please don't be mad at me. And if anybody says chicken jockey, please don't throw your fries around. I have to clean that stuff up. Anyway, enjoy your meal. Goodbye. Hopefully forever. And not because I don't like you, but I hate this job. There we go. Chat, that was not worth it. That took so much time. But okay, we're going to the Gauntlet Runner here. Let's see. Vera said to Queen Katie, ooh, which fandom? Queen Katie said, Zero Escape. Oak said, my mom walked out of the shadows and spooked me when I went to get my Dr.
Map
Pepper.
of the Alterberry region too. I'd say we're set.
Oh, it's voiced, so it's important stuff now.
Now we can leave with our minds clear and pockets full, eh? Where are those brothers? Out on errands?
Probably feeling very conflicted, but still good, and hopefully our friends.
I say we just leave them behind.
I forgot that Heisme is racist against dogs.
Yeah, that seems like a bad idea.
Because they are our friends and racism is bad. Heisme, crybaby Heisme.
Well, long as we've got a minute alone, let's go over our plan.
Oh crap, they're gonna listen and they're gonna hear us. They're gonna hear us. No, this is a bad idea. This is a very bad idea. We're gonna get done, and then Fidelio's gonna burst in and be like, I heard everything. Pew, 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 pew. Except for you, Lady Judah. Yeah, that's right. We're married now. Slap on the bottom. I'm an alpha Chad now. That's what's gonna happen. This is bad. This is bad. This is really bad.
As soon as we get to Alterbury, we give Luis the fake lance Nuris made up for us.
See, why, if there are people nearby that could pop in the room any minute, why are we voicing the betrayal? Stroll, what is wrong with you?
While I hold on to the real one.
This is bad.
Then, on the eve of this divine relic dedication ceremony, we use the real lance to end this. Once
Racist
and for all.
Baghdad forever.
Oh, well, you know what? In that case, it is good to know that you guys can still love Heisme despite his flaws, his racism. Because, yeah, I mean, everybody has, like, that one relative with some weird stuff that you still love that relative regardless. So thank you, Noobly. And we do still love Crybaby Heisme. Okay, what was Stroll saying? Then, on the eve of this divine relic dedication ceremony, we use the real lance to end this once and for all.
He doesn't know we've worked out its powers. We'll use that to our advantage.
Either the dogs are going to burst in, or this scene is going to end with the camera, like, panning out, and there's going to be Fidelio and Basilio, like, outside the door listening in. And, oh, this is going to be bad. This is going to be so bad.
Juna, we'll need you to convince Luis to attend the eve of the festival.
Oh, I've been pestering him to do so for a while now. Don't want him spending the evening in his heavily fortified Skyrunner, after all.
So where is the false lance in question?
Right here, ready to poke an eye out.
I hope he pulls it out and it looks nothing like this lance, and it turns out that he's really bad at small, like, scale crafting. Oh, it does look... Oh, are we gonna get them mixed up?
What do you think?
This is...
Dead ringer, eh?
This is also a bad idea. Setting them right next to each other. We're gonna grab the wrong one.
Such detail. Even I can't tell them apart.
Then don't set them next to each other. Everything we're doing is a bad idea.
When we get to Alterbury, we'll pass off the fake to Luis. Then, we execute our plan.
I mean, shouldn't Yufa at least be able to, like, sense the Magla around the real one, maybe?
Oh, by the way, I was talking with the Magnus brothers earlier. Think they might be onto us.
So it's probably a good idea that we don't say this stuff out loud.
That's not good. We'll need to be more careful.
Wait, footsteps.
All right.
Speak of the devil.
See?
We'll need to hide the real lance.
We're gonna hide the wrong one. We're gonna hide the wrong one. This is so stupid, cartoonish. Why are we bad at this?
You're late. We were about to leave you behind.
No, we weren't. You're late, but we love you. You're our friends.
Right, all present and counted. Anchors away, what?
Okay, I think that is the fake one there. At least that's where it looked like the fake one was, so maybe we put the correct one away. Maybe it's fine. I just feel like there's just... Everything we were doing was so stupid. There's so many opportunities for that to go horribly, horribly wrong.
Aye, aye, me hearties!
Yufa, you are definitely second best girl.
What's wrong then?
Nothing's wrong, everything's right.
Is that not the customary exclamation of sailors?
Yes, you're wonderful.
Mr. Batlin was very specific.
Okay, if she can't have protagonists, can she marry Batlin? Is that all right? Can the two of them have premarital hand-holding?
I wouldn't believe everything he says.
'Tis a strange melancholy, leaving the people we have so recently come to know.
I know, but we have magic fast travel. We can see him anytime we want. I'll probably come back to this town all the time if I want to.
We'll be back. With some fantastic tales to tell them, too.
Yes, certainly.
Fidelio, you could tell that was an adorable little pirate voice she did, right? Right, Fidelio? You're endeared to us? You want to be friends with us? You want to join in, Fidelio? You want to be our friend? Please don't die. I'm so worried about you. Hey, there we are. So, okay, so it's going to take 3 days to get there.
We'll make faster progress back on land.
So we'll have 3 days of... crap, we've already read all the books. I don't know what we're going to do in the Gauntlet Run of these days, huh?
Hand-holding before marriage is a sin.
That's true, but you know what? I think that she and Batlin just won't be able to resist. They'll use protection, though. They'll be wearing gloves, so it's going to be fine. Probably. I don't know what the dragon god's wrath incurs for premarital handholding, but thank you, Noobly, for helping to keep this chat and this community innocent. So thank you for the 10 bits.
This is Altabury Heights. We'll make faster progress back on land.
Oh, and that looks like that's going to be a place where we're going to get a picture for Maria, probably, or something like that right there. Wait, does I say snow? We're going to go to a snowy biome, which, oh, wait, what is this?
Let us hurry.
Malva, a quaint colony on the outskirts of Altabury. The villagers live in homes carved out of the mountains, preferring to live lives of self-sufficiency. Notable primarily for its dairy farming. Okay, so we might be able to see some cows at some point. Oh, so we've got multiple of these stops. Maybe they won't all be pictures for Maria, but we will see. I think we still have one or two we need to turn into her, but we have, I think, we have to get like higher tolerance. We have to level that up again. Okay, so it's gonna take us a few days. Let's get to Altabury Heights. Here's Altabury Heights. It's quite a ways. I think we'll make it in time.
Without a problem, this fine wind will have us making landfall by the morning. By the morrow, sorry. What? So the whole trip should be about 2 nights with 3 days of travel. So I'll only have to endure 1 day of being rocked sick. Heh, now there's a grim face if I ever saw one. Captain, for stroll's sake, let us make haste. Full speed ahead to Altabury Heights, capital of Montario. Take care you don't tumble overboard now.
Yay. Yeah, see, Nora said, Hulkenberg's eyes are so bewildering. Sorry, I forgot narration.
The Gauntlet Runner at last departs the island toward the eastern side of the inland sea. Their destination is the Principality of Montario. Its vast mountain crags, so different from the western terrain, can be seen clearly from the water. Their forthcoming task would be their greatest trial yet. They felt the tension rise in wordless silence.
Even though the narration does interrupt my yapping with the chat, I do like that they do that. It makes it feel like there's a parallel between that and the book that ProTag has. But yeah, Nora was saying, Hulkenberg eyes are so bewildering. I can't even draw them. Chris with the timestamp, 1:37. Oh crap, I'm over an hour behind now. Vera says, Queen Katie says, there's this fantastic fanfic series focused on Junpei from Zero Escape, and I just have to get it on my phone's EPUB reader, lol. Oak says, to Nora, just draw Kaneko without the ear piercing and longer ears. Nora said, I'm doing a specific thing, though. Noobly says, alcohol will taste bad, but it makes you feel good, but cranberry juice and vodka taste good, really? Because I actually am not a big fan of cranberry juice's flavor either. I remember, like, whenever I go to California and I go to the grocery store there, they have like a billion different flavors of cranberry juice mixed with other things. Crystal says, shush, and then an emote. Oak says, oh yeah, warning for new people, our mods are evil and like to abuse us with slow mode. Crystal says, oh, so true. Noobly said slow mode is evil. It's the only way I ever catch up, though. Crystal says, mods are very evil. Queen Gator said, also, I have never drank in my life. I wouldn't even know where to start, lol. Oak said, one time they tried setting the slow mode to 30 minutes. Oak said, no, you'll scare off the new people, no. Oak says, okay. Crystal says, sup, new people, believe me, I'm safe. Vera said, gonna enforce a longer slow mode around 2-hour mark. Gavel slam. Noobly says, I don't think I'm safe. Ghosty says, hello again. Where'd we live off? Ghosty, you're back. I don't know if you're still here or if you left again, but I did get your comments and your joke, and it was delightful, and I like you. You've immediately endeared yourself to me. Vera said, reloading dates. Oak said, to Ghosty, I think we're still just doing bonfire hangouts. Vera said, with different people. Clam says, dang, Shrek watch party when? Ghosty doing a little hang loose thing there. Is there a word for that, though? I was thinking like hang loose, but there's like a word for that gesture, I think. With the ba-ba-ba.
Cranberry juice is peak, you just have bad taste.
Okay, that is entirely possible. Chat makes fun of me and bullies me rather cruelly and mercilessly for some of the choices that I have. Oh, and I see a
Ah!
If you're not gonna use that dick of yours now, then when, huh?
That's Miyu from Danganronpa V3. And Nora, if you're still here, that's Athena Sykes' voice saying those horrible things. So that game. Oh, that game. I feel bad because like this game that we're playing is not rated M. And so I feel like if there's people here like wanting to watch this game, it's like, oh, that's probably not appropriate. But thank you very much for the clip roulette. Let me read a couple more comments, then we'll figure out something to do for our first day in the Gauntlet Runner. Let's see, Nora said, I'm drawing this pretty girl right now. Oak said, Nora, do you have a crush on Hulkenberg? Ghosty with some emotes. Ryota says, Polar Express. I have actually never seen the entire Polar Express movie all the way through. Something about the Uncanny Valley CG in it. Yeah, I don't know. Wait, no. I think did I watch? No, I think I got about halfway through it one time. I can't even remember. I think we tried to watch it on Discord one time. That's how I got halfway through it. Quigita said, aw, so no John Wick. Quigita said, Polar Express, yes. Tomaso said, why not have Mike Myers and Eddie Murphy sing the soundtracks of the first 3 Shrek movies? Oh, that'd be fun. Nubly says, The Prince of Egypt. Oh, I was just saying earlier, I haven't seen that. Oak said, I've never seen Shrek. Nubly said, points gun at your head, watch The Prince of Egypt. How have you not seen Shrek? To Oak. Oak said, I didn't have a TV growing up and my family didn't want to buy a Shrek DVD. Nora said to Nubly, that's what I always say, but she didn't have a television growing up, so I had to keep giving her free passes on this stuff. Veer said, I don't know if I should watch if I'm being honest. Nubly says, how did you not have a TV growing up? Ghosty says, I'd wish for a quick Billy. A quick Billy. I'm not sure what that is, actually. Oak says, to Nubly, I don't know, honestly, because we had a TV when I was like 2, but my parents got rid of it for some reason. Ghosty said, not gonna lie, not having a TV is rough. Queen Gator said, meanwhile, I own all 4 Shrek movies and the 3D glasses short they had. I will go over the 5th Shrek movie that's coming out. No. Oh, is it because of the changed designs? Nubly says, seriously, how do you not have a TV? Everyone has a YV. Tiff said, I haven't seen either. I'm not a big movie person. Hides. Oak said, but I was like 2, so I couldn't exactly get one myself. Ghosty says, yeah, but a blind run hits different. None like the first. Nubly says, I thought Shrek was a universal experience. Ryota said, all right, I'm going to sleep. Bye, guys. Thank you so much for being here, Ryota. Thank you again for the follow. I really appreciate it. Hopefully we'll see you next time. Oak says goodnight, and then Vera said, I don't think I watched Shrek 3. Actually, I'm not sure. I know I've seen the first 2 Shreks. I'm not sure if I've seen the 3rd one or not. Tiff says goodnight to Ryota. Oak says to Nubly, I mean, I know a lot about it from the internet. Ghosty says, oh my gosh, the half hour behind wasn't a joke. No, I'm so sorry. Vera said to Ryota, goodnight. Hope to catch you in future streams. Nubly says, I'm impressed and disappointed in you. Beowulf says, hello, Lonely Man. Beowulf, how you doing? Welcome. Did you see any of the dates that we had? It was fun stuff. Ghosty says, ooh, Persona stuff. Oak said, since we didn't have a TV, I basically just learned everything from YouTube. Nubly said, Xenoblade is a Switch exclusive. I didn't know that. Well, darn it. Tiff said, yeah, I know Prince of Egypt and Shrek because of the internet, but I never saw it myself. Oak said to Ghosty, yeah, Logan is really bad at this. There have been times he's been over an hour behind, including tonight. Vera said, it's okay, Tiff, I'm not a big fan of big movie, or I'm also not a big movie person. Ghosty said, this is funny to see him catch up. I'm trying. Vera said, spoiler. Oh, that's where we're at. When I stumbled upon the spoiler thing earlier. Oak said, I apologize about slow mode for all the new people, but he's so far behind, we kind of need it. Ghosty says, y'all are awesome mods. No, our mods are like phenomenal in this community. And here's the amazing thing, Ghosty. I gave Vero mod status as a joke one day, and Vero suddenly became just an amazing mod. Oak said mods are awesome, even though they are sometimes evil. Some emotes for people. Vero said, evil, you say? Nora said, hey, so I might have just messed up everything about this girl. Ghosty said, getting used to the slow mode, this weird. Oak said, Vero the goat for real, for real. Vero says, good. Oak said, Vero just warned me for calling them evil, and even though I was waiting for slow mode timer to run out to call them awesome. Nora said, Hulkenberg, I'm sorry I broke your face, but I can't tell what. Ghosty says, I've sent like 5 messages too soon, I'm sorry. Nora said I have to redo her entire face. Oak said, yeah, slow mode on mobile sucks so much because it doesn't tell you how much time is left. Ghosty says, ooh, you're doing everyone? I am, so this is quite a while ago. And we finished. Okay, I'm gonna read a little bit more in the chat. I'm sorry for lurkers, but I need to try and catch up here. Vera said, yup. Queen Gator said, hi's me with a heart. Vera said, but we. Ghosty says, I took stroll immediately. Vera said, we're sticking with the Gallica one. Ghosty says, what does Gallica give? She gave us a whalebone staff, which looks like it's a mage weapon. But it's just, I honestly don't care about the weapons. I just love Gallica. But Yufa is a really close second now at this point. She scored some serious points just tonight. Vera said a mage weapon. Nora said Hulkenberg's eyes are too majestic. I don't know how to draw them. Vera said a whalebone. Oak said to Nora, I want to see. Nubly said, I had such whiplash when I first heard Heismay speak because I expected him to have a cutesy, annoyingly high-pitched mascot voice instead of sounding like a distinguished British grandfather. I kind of like the juxtaposition of that, actually. That the tiny, adorable, little fuzzy guy is like the old kind of guy here. Quiggy said, you just made up stuff. Doesn't that defeat the purpose? Well, all they wanted was, I'm assuming you're talking about the Irish room thing. They just wanted somebody to seem Irish. Ghosty said, Heisme is my cool grandpa. Vera said, he's our dad. Nubly said, racist. Dat bad. Quiggy said, dat bad forever. Oakley said, crybaby, dat bad. Bat dad. Ah. Vera said, stop being mean, y'all. /J. Nubly said, racist crybaby, bad dad. Nora said, 20. Yes. Ghosty says, I don't even want to know what's blurred. Wait, what was blurred? Was something blurred? Said, if you're killing people, I don't think you should be... Says, I don't think you should be worried about the drinking age. Good point. Okay, I think that means I need to get back in the game. Let me have a sip of water, finish off this bottle of water. We'll play a little bit of the game. We got less than 10 minutes till the end, though. Crap, did I ask for raid suggestions? I should have done that at the 2.5 hour mark instead of messing around with McDonald's stuff. Now is a great time to look out for raid suggestions for soon-ish, actually. There we go. 2 more days until we reach Altabury, I think.
Well, at least on this journey, we don't have to worry about that sea monster anymore.
That is true. Okay, so we gotta figure out who to... Hey, Fidelio? Hey, Fidelio, bro, do you want to have a follower bond?
Seriously.
You realize there was probably a way to get the lance that didn't involve saving that pagan girl, yeah?
But she was delightful. You heard the pirate voice she did, yeah?
Though I suppose I can't complain, since you got the lance either way. Still, if you want Count Luis's favor, take my advice. And stop playing the hero.
That's my secret, Fidelio.
I'm not playing a hero. I am a hero. I'm your hero, bro.
What about you, Juna? Thank goodness we're finally bidding farewell to that sweltering heat. The island and its people were absolutely lovely, though. How do the islanders deal with such heat? Though I suppose a hair like mine only amplifies the problem. Oh, whoa, I didn't even see you there, bro. Hey, Basilio, what are you doing lurking around the corner here?
You. Gotta hand it to you. Can't believe you actually got that relic off him. Couldn't afford to
That sounds like a swear to me.
To mess up a job from Lord Luis, though, could you? Otherwise, you'd be just be dead weight.
Because I don't know if he's talking about a rooster or a, let's check the pantry for some food. What do we got?
This is...
Some more Orgo sugar and briny salt, even though I've still never done cooking in this entire game. I probably should at some point. Let's see who else is available, wants to chit-chat. What are you doing, Stroll? Oh, you want to increase courage. Do we have any new books, hopefully, maybe? Ah, there are more books now! Maybe you've added some to the collection. Good, so that'll give us stuff to do. The books I could read are... just one. How to walk outside the island. Let's check and see if anybody else has bubbles for talking, and then we'll probably come back and read a book. Let's see, Vera said, I wonder if Heisme has a mascot voice in Japanese. Oh, that's a good question. Oak says, to go sleep, no, murderer is perfectly okay as long as you don't drink underage. See, that's what I'm talking about. Vera said, he's a whole dad. Queen Gator said, I would say look it up, but that could possibly be spoilery for you, actually. Nubly said, fake Italians have imposter syndrome. Oh, high five for that pun. That is a good one. Honestly, I love puns. That is like a good way to what's the right word? Ingratiate yourself to me. Where is everybody? I haven't even seen where Yuf is at. Is Nuris down here? Maybe we got some people on the front deck or something like that to say hi to. And then we're just gonna go back and read a book, but I just want to see if anybody wants to say hi. Beowulf says, add quote, always be yourself, because not like anyone else would want to be you anyways. If you add that quote, you gotta make sure to attribute that to Tiff, though. Tiff said, yeah, high five. Vera adds a quote. Oh, and good, you attributed it to Tiff. Tiff with the keyboard slam. Vera says, iconic. Tiff has 2 quotes now. Nora says, duty. Tiff said, yeah, I have 2 quotes now. Beowulf said, Fanic, stop announcing cool guests. I'm gonna be spending so much money if I can go. Who are the guests? If you don't mind me saying, I haven't been keeping up with Fanic's announcements. Beowulf, I actually don't even know when Fanix is. Queen Gator said Professor Layton would be a fun time. I've told you guys what I really would like to do, and there's no way I could convince him to do it. But like I am like friends with the voice actor of Professor Layton. I would love to get him on here, but I'm sure that would I don't know if that would like make Nintendo mad or something like that. Hey, Heisme, I found somebody.
Oddly bittersweet to think this view of the endless ocean might be my last for a while. The soothing sway of the waves gives me such pleasant dreams. I confess, I'll miss them.
Totally worth all that running around. Vera said, yes, laughing, that's a whole lot of Veros. Nora said, I don't know how to draw like lipstick, so I'm just gonna improvise for Hulkenberg's math. Oh, by the way, wait, hang on. Speaking of Professor Layton, was there, I'm trying to remember, was there an announcement at the Nintendo Direct about a Professor Layton game? They need to do a collection of that, because it's kind of locked on DS and 3DS, right? But yeah, Vera was saying, yes, laughing, that's a whole lot of Veros. Nora said, oh, I don't know how to draw like lipstick, so I'm just gonna improvise Hulkenberg's math. Ghostly says, Heisme is a drunk. Oak says, math, Nora? Quick says, I'd quote, you can all have a little bit of my dead kid. And then Nora says, mouth. And Vera says, horrible. Ghosty says, not gonna lie, that'd be hilarious. Heisme just handing out some ashes being like, keep it as a thanks. He would have liked you too. And you know what you could do? Have you ever been to like, conventions and they'll have like little jewelry, like little vials with colored sand as like a necklace? You could have that and have a little chunk of dead kid around your neck there. Nora says, shoot, it's late. I need to go to sleep. I have a state comprehension test tomorrow. I'm assuming you say goodnight in a minute, so I'll say goodnight to you then. Vera said goodnight, Nora. And then Oak said, Nora, did you even do homework? But also goodnight. Nora said goodnight, everyone. I will work on Hulkenberg drawing tomorrow. Also, yo, Oak, no, okay, goodnight, everyone. Love y'all. Goodnight, Nora. Good luck on your test tomorrow. I hope it goes well. I hope you will oh, crap, press the wrong button. No, I already read that. No, wrong button. Not now. I want the new book. What does it give us? How to walk outside the island. It appears to be a Mustari-authored travel log and guide of the lands outside the island. It's been thoroughly annotated by Yufa. I've yet to start reading. I hope it's like horrible advice. Like the whole thing was like, once you set sail, make sure you say this in a pirate voice. And I hope all the notes are like, wow, this sounds amazing. It's exactly what I want to do. Ghosty says, I mean, we can work around the women bit. And then Vera says, we don't have a Logan command on a Logan channel. What would my command be? Nora said, I'll watch Juna before I go. Vera said, should we, oh crap, that's how far back we are? Vera said, should we make a no-gal redeem? And then Queequeg said, quote, too much formation. Ghosty says, I'm gonna go sleep. Take care, y'all. Good night, Ghosty. I'm sorry that it took me so long to get to your stuff. I hope you heard me reading some of it. I hopefully will see you again. Thank you again for the follow. Oak says, yes. Queequeg said, dang, the furthest thing I can read on my chat is the movie talk. And Vera with the ad command for the no-gal that don't trust him. Oh, that's perfect. Vera says, whoops. Queequeg said, don't be shy, chat. Say but. Oak says, but. Nubly says, but. Tiff said, yeah, too many beeholes. I say lovingly they are my beeholes, and I love them. I don't have plural beeholes. Just the one. Crystal says, but. Tiff says, but. Let's see. Crystal says, proud of you, chat. Nora said, Juna, I'll take you. I have two hands. I'll be with you in Hulkenberg, and we all stand in hand in a hand-holding circle. Or it'd be a triangle. Oak says to Nora, ... Vera said, and summon a devil? Nora says, exactly. Tiff says to Nora, me with my old men for real, Heisme and Norris. Nora says, don't. Oak says, oh, that's the Obsid fan. Vera says, adds the permits the term, says pin of shame. And Tiff says, oh, Dilf fan. Oak says, add quote, you can't even shove a Dilf in the middle of a person anymore. Nora said, you mean Yosuke Logan? I know I said wrong. I caught it though. Queequeg said, Tiff, I just learned there's an EPUB version of TMA's transcripts. I may be rockin' and rollin'. Nora said, I think I love Juna so much because she has the Athena voice. Also, she's a cutie patootie. Vera says, add quote, you can't, yeah, adds that quote. Oak says, what's so shameful about Obsidil fan? Vera said, shame for Twitch. And then Tiff says, yo, F yeah. And Vera said, aw, she's my favorite Persona game, Persona 4 Portable. Oak said Persona 4 Portable. Nubly says Persona 3, I'm sorry. Nubly says in Persona 4, there's a romanceable character who looks like a little girl, but she's only a year younger than the MC. Oh yeah, didn't somebody say that it's like, that if I had picked the band instead of the drama club, that's where she would have been or something like that? Because I didn't ever meet somebody. I think somebody said I picked the wrong club. Nora said to Nubly, I mean, to be fair, the P3 PFMC can date, I guess. But I think that's it. We're hoping for the Yosuke romance to be added again for the P4 remake, and apparently Yuri Lowenthal is trying to get that as well. And then I guess we can hope for gays in P6, although there will always be the halfway lesbians, both P3 and P4G. Here's what I really worry about, though, with Persona 4 if they are working on a remake. There is a video game actor strike going on. When I saw Erin Fitzgerald at that mini convention thing recently, she was saying that, yeah, she's not doing any video game work because of that. And I think that's why that you're also seeing, didn't somebody say that, like some of the Hoyoverse games, like Genshin, they're having to replace actors? So if they do that now, if they start working on recording, they'll have to recast everybody. Nubly says, I hope Persona 6 has a female protagonist. I would love it if they'd let you choose. I also love character creation, just saying. Nora said, I need to go to sleep. I have a test for 2 hours at 8:20 in the morning. Good night, Nora. Sleep well. Good luck on the test. I hope it goes well. Kick some butt. Queen said, we all know who I love. Vera said, girl sleep. Tiff said to Queen Katie, haha, /LH. Oak said, I don't think Atlas realized that we don't even need a full FemC route for P6. We just want an option to have a female MC. We don't need a whole new route. See, that's what I'm saying. Queen Katie said, 2:18:33. I'm still 45 minutes behind. Oak said, just give us a different character model and for pronouns and dialogue. It'd be so easy. Nubly says yes. Oak says, and just write in romance routes for male and female characters so they can be bi. Nubly says, yes, make the MC bi. Oak said, even if they don't let the pro tag be gay, they just add the FMC. It'd be very easy to add them on instead of having to write a full fan romance routes. Here's the thing. If they're worried about, like, what if people don't like if the pro tag is gay? The protagonist in these games is either gay or straight or bi or whatever based off of your choices on whom you romance. So what's the big deal? Vera said, and I gotta go. Granny's physical therapy starting soon. See y'all next time again. Vera, thank you so much for being here. Good luck with that. Queen said, bye, Vera. Wish her luck. Oak said, goodbye, Vera. We love you. Vera says, Grimlock. Nubly says, still salty. Femc got left out of reload. Vera said, no, Logan, you're awful. Vera said, I'll kidnap him and save him. Clam says, Grimlock, no dummy. Grimlock king. Vera said, keeping this pinned. Oak says to Nubly, I know they could have made a truly definitive version of P3 and they didn't, bro. I would have paid another $60 just for Femc. Why, Atlas? Vera said, okay, bye, chat. Love y'all. Nubly says, same Oak. Every time I play Reload, I miss Theodore so much. Oh, that's, you guys said that's Elizabeth's brother, right? Oh, I miss Elizabeth. I loved her. Oak said, you did say Pocket Fairy. I'm just evil and cut you off. I think that's evil though. Oak says, shut up, Logan. The Maya voice is the best thing ever and I live for it. Crystal says, Maya voice is the best voice. Mine was the fungal infection on my legs. That's what it was. So I hope that's better and hope Tomaso's finger is better. Crystal says, got checked up by a dermatologist last week though, and it's healing. Oak says, no, you did. I think it was towards the end of Spirit of Justice. Tomaso said, my finger's doing fine right now. I have one more doctor appointment to check on it. And Oak said, did stream just start glitching for anyone else? Great vegetables. Crap, is it lagging for you guys? Oak says, it's from Joseph Anderson's playthrough of P4. Okay. I need to check this out sometime. And Moonlight says, hi, Logan, hour mark 2:33, still a half hour behind. Still a half hour behind. And Oak says, flaccid man. Oak says, oh, I didn't even intend for that, but this is wonderful. Quick said, chat, have some buggets. Beowulf says, buggets. Oak says, buggets in the Logan Robo McDonald's collab meal. Crystal said, chicken jockey. Nubly says, chicken jockey. Crystal said, this is why Logan takes five times the amount of average playtime /J. AMC, how you doing? Says, love that zoom in of McDonald hat. Well, what it was is that one time, like several years, I think it was during our Danganronpa V3 playthrough. For some reason, everybody was adding those hats to their Discord profile pictures, so I just added it there. And Oak with a clip. Hang on, let me load this up into the clip viewer. For those who are lurking or new or don't know, anytime someone posts a clip into the chat, we load the clip viewer so we can all watch together. This will give me a timestamp how far behind I am. 26 minutes, not ideal, but it's titled Logan Robo McDonald's Collab. So let's go ahead and load this up. This will give me a chance to have some water too. Look at this. Look at that. Hey everybody, can I take your order? We have a Minecraft meal that's going on. Yes, I know there are codes on the bottom of the boxes so we can check to see which toy you're getting, but my manager says I'm not allowed to look through them to find you the specific toy you want. Please don't be mad at me. And if anybody says chicken jockey, please don't throw your fries around. I have to clean that stuff up. Anyway, enjoy your meal. Goodbye. Goodbye. Hopefully forever. And not because I don't like you, but I hate this job. Thank you very much for the clip. I appreciate that. Okay, gave me a quick break from having to read so much. And again, by the way, if we have people who are still lurking where I've been trying to do this marathon catch up into the chat, especially over on YouTube, because like you can't even see the Twitch chat that I'm so far behind on. Like YouTube has been very sleepy today. You guys are like MVPs, so thank you. Queen said, I hungry, I yoink food. Oak said, woo, throws gold coins at the stage. Oak said, I'm eating the Logan Robo McDonald's collab meal right now. The buckets are delicious. Crystal says, 2:43:15. I'm still 20 minutes behind. Crystal says, if they don't use gloves, they deserve to burn at the stake. Queen said, my internet farted on me because I said Batlin was older than Yufa. Well, I bet how much older? Is it like that bad of an age gap? Crystal says, it farted. Oak said, Katie, does your internet smell bad? Queen said, my Wi-Fi is dead. It was killed by the lens. Nubly says, poor stroll. Crystal goes, Queen said, the internet did it again. I sent a message on my PC when I thought it was alive again, but then no, it died again. Crystal says, a jump scare. Beowulf said, Polar Express watch party at Logan's place in December. Well, I mean, like you and Weedle theoretically could, although it's like very cramped in here and very full of Transformers. Queen said, well, I heard about what Shrek 5 was going to be about. I hate it. Oh, is that confirmed? Because I heard a rumor. Is that confirmed, though? Rast says, I am back. How you doing, Rast? Good to see you. Crystal says, all right. Oak says, raid suggestion. Nebulican, we have raided him before, but I will pop that down, so thank you very much. And once again, if other people have other raid suggestions, do let me know. So I copied that down in my text file, so thank you. Ras says, I'm counting down the days till I have an April break. Starts on Thursday, which is coincidentally my birthday. Get a week off, which is amazing. Rast, if you pop into the chat on that day, make sure that you remind us so we can sing happy birthday to you. Oh, and Crystal with a bunch more raid suggestions. Let me copy these ones down as well. Oh, we got multiples here, so it's going to take just a quick second longer to copy these down. But thank you, Oak and Crystal, for the raid suggestions. I'm sorry that I took so much longer to remember to ask for these, but I do appreciate it. So, oh, crap. Oh, crap. When I click that, it sometimes refreshes the chat. Oh, crap, please. Oh. Wait. Is the chat... Okay, good. The chat is still there. I was worried that the messages got lost into the void, but it's fine. I actually pressed the wrong button, but it didn't clear out the chat this time. So let me just finish copying this over. And there we go. So I was really worried for a second there. Although it would have sped things up, but I would have felt really guilty. Oak says, Logan is not catching up for before 3 hours. He's definitely going to need to re-chat for like 15 minutes straight. Possibly we're already 8 minutes overtime. Ras says, is one of those streams, huh? Oak says, he's literally an hour behind. Bill says, they announced Alex Lee Makoto Yuki in Reload. Wait, they announced, as a guest. Oh, that's actually really cool, but he's going to have a huge long line. You know he's going to have a long line, but that's really cool. Moonlight said we're definitely going overtime tonight. Quicket said yes, we need a collection of Professor Layton, otherwise doing a new game would be pointless. Chaotic said, I'm back very late, my phone went dead. Welcome back, Chaotic. I'm just trying to catch up to chat. Ras says, alternatively, they do a new M and L game, or both. Both be good. What is M and L? Is that something, Ann Layton? And Crystal with a couple more raid suggestions. Let me copy these ones over as well. Again, if you're lurking while you're waiting for me to get through all this and copying things over, I really, really appreciate you sticking through it. Because I know hearing me say, like, hang on, I'm copying things over, and then hearing, like, clicking of buttons probably isn't the most entertaining thing to do. Rast says, the Logan command would be to make him read chat for 5 minutes straight. And there's the 3 hour mark. Okay, so I'm less than 10 minutes behind. Crystal says, chat, what should I do first? A fountain or a gazebo? It depends on how much you've got. I would, part of me wants to say fountain, but maybe, I'm bad at asking that. I would say a fountain, so then you'd know where to position everything else around relative to it. Nubly says gazebo, and apparently I was wrong. Rast says, did you get the greenhouse? Focus on that in Stardew. Oak says, add quote, I don't have plural beeholes. Just what I said beeholes. I said beeholes. AMC with a hydrate command. Thank you very much for the hydrate command. Thank you. AMC says yapping like crazy. Better hydrate. Thank you. It is appreciated. Oak with a breathe command. 1 second. Thank you. Luckily, this game, because it has voice segments, makes it a little bit easier on me as opposed to Ace Attorney. Quick said, IEP. I know, I'm trying. Rast says, according to rumors, you can play as both femme and male pro tag and need to play both to get a true ending. Also, that the color theme is green with a focus on yin and yang. Also, there's a rumor for LGBTQS plus relationships. I did see the thing about green. I don't like the idea of having to do multiple playthroughs for the true ending. I did see a thing. I saw a video that was comparing the differences in the ending for Persona 5 depending on whether certain individuals' social links were maxed out. For Royal, that is. It was interesting. Crystal said, not lagging for me. Okay, good. Oak said, not lagging. Rast says, no lag here. Crystal says, I'd quote, I don't have plural beeholes, just the one. I'm going to have to edit that to take out the UTT because I said the funny abbreviation. Bill said, chicken jockey throws my fries. No! Oak says, I love that clip so much. Logan sounds so dejected and depressed. Newly says, chicken jockey pees on the floor. Rast says, parodies fries, and then uses level 3 super attack on Beowulf. Quick said, I posted some of my internet struggles on Discord. I'm sorry, but I'm sure they'll be amusing for us to check out. Oak says to Noobly, I audibly laughed at this. Beowulf says, objection, I'm Beowulf, and Beowulf is always right. Therefore, fry throwing is the correct thing to do. It still makes me sad. Quinkin said, I don't know if the Shrek 5 thing is confirmed, but I'd really hope it's false. It defeats the whole point of Shrek's parodies. I agree. Oak said, I don't know how old Batlin is, but he looks pretty old, and Youth is around 18, maybe under 18. Okay, if she's under 18, obviously. It depends on, like, I feel like people, and this is just my opinion, if you disagree, that's fine. I feel like some people are getting a bit, like, too touchy over some, like, types of age gaps. Maybe it's just because my parents were about 11-year age gap. And, like, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. And besides, if you're both consenting adults, do whatever you want. I one time met this guy, no kidding. He was 24, and he married a woman who was 56. She had, crap, are they grandchildren that were, like, closer to his age than she was to him, but, you know, they loved each other. Rast says, not an objection, pulls out Uno reverse card from my butt. And Chris says, hey, chat. Beowulf says, still Beowulf. The logic, still Beowulf. The logic still and always will apply. I even have my own command saying I'm always right. Crystal says I will remove slow-mo. Not yet! Rast says, no Logan MNL. Oh, Mario and Luigi games! A fun turn-based RPG series about the bros. I've never played one of those Mario and Luigi games, but I've seen them. They look cute. It's like Bowser's Inside Story. Isn't that one of them? Crystal with a little face, a bunch of emotes. Crystal said, yeah. Oh, and then Crystal edited. Thank you very much for the edit on the command. Crystal says, Noobly, are you threatening to stab me? Gasp! Quicket said, I thought we just got a new game for that series. Oh yeah, we did not too long ago, huh? Noobly said, I think age gaps are important only up until like age 25. Yeah, and it's like to each their own. Everybody has, I'm not gonna, it's not the type of thing I'm like, I have a strong enough opinion on that I'm gonna really argue over. I just wanna make sure that people don't think that my parents were like weird or something, you know? Oak says, thank you for the very McDonald's stream. It made me smile. Rast says, we did, but people already want a new one. Crystal said, thank you for the very popcorn explodes on the floor. Quicket said, I was waiting for ages to talk to Rast. Thank you, Crystal, for freeing me there. 3 hours, 13 minutes, 24 seconds. I caught up to chat for the first time of the night. Yeah. Oh, and Crystal's over on YouTube. Oh, posting the link tree already, Crystal. You're so on the ball. I love this. Like, I don't know if Vero trained you or if it was just watching Vero's example made you level up. So, but yeah, I think we decided a while ago that you are no longer a squire. You are truly your own knight. Okay, so I am going to take a look at the raid suggestions and see what we have here. By the way, for those who are still lurking after all of that, let me give you the rundown of the channel. First of all, our schedule, we stream Tuesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, and Sundays, currently alternating between this game, Metaphor ReFantazio, and Ace Attorney Investigations, Prosecutor's Gambit. However, Friday this week is canceled because of a work-related thing. That would normally be the next Metaphor stream. So instead, we are going to have Thursday and Sunday are both going to be Ace Attorney Investigations, and then next Tuesday, so it's a full week away, is going to be the next Metaphor ReFantazio stream. So let me go ahead and check out these raid options we have here. One of them has only 2 followers. However, it's a game that I probably want to avoid spoilers for. It's that In Stars and Time. But I guess I can just pop in and out real quick. And so it doesn't matter. So we're going to go ahead and pick this raid because we try to default toward people with the fewest number of viewers. But once again, also, Crystal posted the link tree over on...
Good night, everyone.
Oh, thank you so much for the 10 bits, Noobly, and thank you so much for the follow as well. I hope this was a better experience than last time when I didn't notice your messages until you'd already left over on YouTube. It was really great having you here. Thank you for the 10 bits. Hopefully we can see you again in the future. And thank you again for those 10 bits. I do appreciate it. And as I said, Crystal posted both here on Twitch and not over on, like YouTube's here as well, both places. The link tree that has all my social media, Discord invite link, TikTok, YouTube, Twitter, all the things. I still suck at Twitter, but I do technically have one. So feel free to check those out and make use of them as you see fit. Let's see. Quicket is saying, thank you for the very bonfire stream. Ras says, but yeah, Bowser's Inside Story is a game in the series. Brothership is the newest game in the series. Quicket says, y'all next time for perhaps a mind chess. Oh, that's right, because we're probably going to finish the next chapter. So you're probably right. Crystal says, yippee. Let me go ahead and activate the raid. By the way, Queen Katie, you'll be interested in Stars and Time. Like I said, I'll probably have to duck out of there real quick in order to avoid spoilers, though. Rast says, why did you need to talk to me, Queen Katie? And then Queen Katie said, for the Mario and Luigi thing, I was about to reply to you when Crystal put the emote on, lol. And Rast says, gotcha. Let's see, I had to copy the raid message down to my own clipboard. Oak said, good night, everyone. Love y'all. Crystal said, night, night. Rast says, good night, Noobly. Moonlight says, night, y'all. Quick said, yeah, In Stars and Time. Praying it's not spoilers for me. Oh, are you not finished with the game? I figured you would have been done with it by now. But anyway, thank you so much for hanging out with me. Honestly, like, even though we have this mad dash to catch up at the end, I love these type of nights because I feel like I'm getting to hang out with so many people. You guys make my night. Thank you for being here. You're an amazing, wonderful community. I love and appreciate you all. Like, seriously, I've said this before. I don't deserve a community as good as you guys. I do this because I love hanging out with all of you. Queen said, yeah. Oh, I read that. Beowulf said, bye, Logan. Yes, good night, everybody. Have a wonderful Monday. Or no, Monday was yesterday. Have a wonderful Wednesday. And then we'll see you Thursday for Ace Attorney, and then Sunday's Easter, but hopefully we'll have some more Ace Attorney. The next Tuesday, we're going to pick up right here where we're leaving off with a road trip to Altabury. So it'll be fun. We pretty much just did the festival the whole night, but I had a lot of fun. Thank you again. Love y'all. Have a good night. Enjoy the raid. Bye, everybody. Bye. Bye, 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 bye. Bye, bye. Bye, bye, bye. And for those watching the VOD or over on YouTube, good night as well.